remember I had some of these body markings. Those look cool.
I know that vibe. I liked this outfit last week, and now I'm questioning it.
On yours?
Yeah. Like, I like this outfit. And now I don't like this outfit.
I'm messing with my body markings, because it's been a while since I've done those. And since I changed my outfit, I was like, oh, maybe I can find something that looks different, you know?
Yeah.
Do I have the Athelia ones? Wild Vines is what I've been wearing. The Zivili one looks cool.
Okay, I'm just going to say a whole lot of stuff just so I can have a moment of my audio so that I can turn my mic off afterwards and listen to it without you having to hear it repeat back through the mic, if that's okay with y'all. If you don't mind, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just saying a lot of stuff out of, off the top of my head. I'm standing next to Batra Ad Hunding at the subclassing, NPC. And yeah, so that's all. Thanks.
Bravo.
Well done. Well done.
Bravo.
Okay, I'm gonna go live on my side too here in just a second. Broadcast. This is 152. Episode title. What do we want to call it?
152, let's see what's new.
Okay. Alright, going live. 3, 2, 1. Gotta open up the other stuff on my computer. Beautiful. And stream summary. Stream manager. Yes, I know. Did you know that Snugpod Cast is streaming live right now?
What? That's awesome.
I knew that the Snugpod Cast was streaming live right now. Does that count for anything?
It probably alerted you.
No, I had to refresh my YouTube thing a few times. But I did also just get that other notification that we were live on Twitch too.
Great. I'll be right back because I need to grab Kleenex, otherwise this show is not going to go well.
Jinx is queued up to play us some music. She is laying right next to the piano, ready to go. Very musical, Kashid.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm just not hearing it or what, but I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing anything.
I'm not hearing it now.
Are you not?
No. What I hear now is just background noise. It sounds like a hum far away, but before it literally sounded like your mic was channeling, like when someone is in a gym and they turn on a mic and it's like that's what it sounded like.
What she said.
Now it just sounds like you've got your dishwasher running in the background, but like far away, not close. It's like ambient, like a fan or something, like far away. It doesn't sound like it's actually interference.
Pull up your recording and see how it sounds. If you have a moment. See if you hear it as much there. Because I did hear something that sounded a little like kind of what you're talking about. But I also seem to be hearing that even while I was muted.
Ah, no shit.
There is an ambient hum in the Snugpod from one of the furnishings or one of the things, but that's not what I'm hearing. Like, that's a different tone than the hum that we were hearing before.
Alright, let me get to this Snugpod.
And I don't hear it now, so maybe you unplugging, plugging in, restarting, maybe whatever it was cut out, whatever the interference was. So, because before it was like your mic would deaden you, and then when you would talk, you would hear that in the background of your vocals, and then as soon as you would stop talking, it would go away. But now it's fine. So, okay, I'll be right back for reals now.
Wow, today's January the 11th. It's a crazy town.
Are things going too fast, or do you also think it's too warm for it to be January today?
We had like 70-degree weather the other day.
Sorry.
What's your high been recently?
20.
And that's too warm for you?
It's too warm for January. It's unseasonal.
Well, I'm not as familiar with yours. Weather in Tennessee is so all over the place all the time anyway. So, yeah, we had days that were down in the 30s, and then it was back up to like, I think we had a high of like 76. And tomorrow's high is 51, which is 10 degrees warmer than today, according to my phone.
If it was 51, I would be outside gardening all day tomorrow. I am jealous. My garlic is going ballistic despite the temperatures, though. It is hardy Skyrim garlic. It will grow in winter.
I'm not a gardener, so I know nothing of that which you speak. My main experience with garlic was the garlic butter we spread on our cheese bread.
I am a new gardener. I like throwing things in the ground and seeing what happens. He was telling me his temperature, how warm it is down there, and I told him how cold it is up here, but my garlic is still growing.
Yeah. It's currently 52 here.
Same thing I told Never. If it was 52 here, I would be outside gardening all day.
Yeah. Tomorrow's high is 70, but after that it drops down. And by drops down, I mean our high is 58.
Welcome to a
for most of the week.
Snugpod Cast, everybody. It's just me and Crazy. Gwen couldn't be here because the weather's too nice. She went to do some gardening.
I would though, because spring when it's 50 before it like gets really warm this time of night, we still don't have the bats back yet, so it would be perfect.
Love bats.
In the summer we have some that hang out in our trees because of how we're placed. It's perfect spot for them to get bugs because we have 2 street lights. So they roost in our trees in the summer.
I love that. 2 seconds. I am doing the work for the
No, you're doing great. You're fine. You're doing great. I am almost actually caught up on my dinner, and so this is great timing.
I just finished off my desserts, which was a half of a 3.5 ounce box of Junior Mints.
My dessert, sir, is carrot sticks with ranch.
I'm sorry to hear that.
They're delicious.
I'm not big on. Well, I don't eat ranch on anything, but carrots I really only like if they're cooked. I like cooked carrots. Give me some honey glazed carrots. I'll eat those. Throw them in a stew or something. The raw carrots.
Yum.
I'm not big on raw carrots.
Oops.
Largely, I'm not big on most things that are on a salad bar. I like the pineapples.
I'm not gonna mess with that right now. What's this one? Come on.
Have they messed with add-ons again to where the pricing stuff doesn't work now?
I saw that. I noticed it. That mine doesn't work again. I wondered about that.
I honestly forgot we had that because I haven't been selling anything.
Yeah, I just had a bunch of stuff that I lost because it was sitting in my mail for too long.
Oh no.
Good to know they're increasing that.
Yep. 30-day timer, welcome back. One of the best changes they're making. Thank God. Okay.
Will be for some, I'm sure.
See? Even Jinx agrees.
No, that was Never's phone.
Oh, that's...
Jinx is
even Angela agrees.
Jinx is a polite lady. She doesn't yell that harshly.
Amazing. Sorry, Jinx. I didn't mean to blame you wrongly.
Angela sent me a picture of her cat is in the like the toilet paper bag next to the toilet. Something about this toilet paper doesn't seem right. Please don't reach down and try to wipe with the kitty. That would be bad.
I had a cat that used to, like, you know when you get a pack of water and it comes in the plastic?
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a cat that would try to, like, any space in those, he would go in there and try to curl up and hide in that. I'd be like, you dumbass, that's plastic. You're not supposed to go in plastic.
Yeah, my cat I had to have put to sleep a while back when he was younger in our old house. He would get up on top of where we kept that on top of the refrigerator. He'd be up on top of the refrigerator in those bags.
Oh my gosh.
He was goofy.
That's amazing.
Alright, are we ready to talk about everything?
Almost. I'm doing
I was
pre-show tree show, but I also have a Kleenex in my nose.
I was going to say, talking about plastic, and you said the cat's not supposed to be in there because it's plastic. I saw an article yesterday, I think, that apparently a bunch of the plastic that's like floating around in the ocean and making an island is like got a bunch of life on it now, and it's like growing and expanding, and
that's
it's like,
creepy.
It's like, wow. So some species that would normally not necessarily, I think, I didn't read the whole thing, I think it was alluding to some species that would normally not be able to be out that far are using that as habitat. It's weird.
Science.
Cat in plastic. See if that works.
I'm not sure if I should move that spider. Like, because I've been so focusing on all the other housing, I haven't been paying attention to the Snugpod, because, well, the Snugpod's perfect. I honestly think the Snugpod's perfect at this point. I don't need to change anything. But maybe I should move that spider. Maybe we should change up the decorations. We don't have anyone who's afraid of spiders, right? you're afraid of spiders, chime up, please.
I am not. I'm the hero of the house when it comes to those. Dad, come take care of this spider. It's huge. Where? I can't see it. Right there. Where? Right there.
Oh, see, my kid wants a pet tarantula.
I don't want that. I don't want to play with them.
We were talking about what to get after the turtle because he's getting up there in ages, and we have this giant tank, and the kid wants a tarantula. She's still in her spider phase. She still wants a tarantula. That has not stopped.
Amazing.
I think I'm good without having one as a pet, but I don't want them in my house. But I'm not scared of them. I don't want them on me either.
Yeah, I get yelled at for killing spiders.
If it's in my house, I will kill it.
Yeah, I made a mistake of walking inside the door.
That's my thing, yeah.
If it's one that I can tell is not a venomous spider, which we really only have brown recluses and black widows here that are a problem, and they're not usually the ones that walk through your door, like, you know, in your living room. But if it's like a wolf spider or something and it's close to the door and I can pick it up on something and put it back outside, I will. I don't mind those. But if it's in the middle of my house, I'm not trying to carry a spider all the way to my house to get it out. Sorry.
Oops, hold on. ESO 2026 reveal. There we go. Select all. Copy. Post. To the blue sky. Nope, wrong account.
Try again.
I just had to make sure.
I just had to sneeze.
Oh,
thanks.
Welcome to the club.
Yep, you gave me the sneezes. Appreciate it.
Sorry about that.
Are you? Or was it intentional? I'm starting to wonder with you.
Wow. Elder Scrolls Online.com. There we go. I always have to tag it differently on Blue Sky because I have to remember to change the tag, you know? Because over there it's a different tag for their name.
I'll be right back while you finish it up.
Okay. That is good. That is done. Done. Phone's on vibrate. Just in case we need to reference it, I'm going to put something in our chat here for us. Hang tight.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, kitty cat.
Yay.
There you go. If we need any other assets to reference, just holler.
Is the pricing on any of these?
I can get that for you. Hang tight 2 seconds and it'll be here. Can do.
And 1 hour later, we are finally almost ready to start the show.
Yeah.
I know, sorry. Some of that's on me and my sneezes.
Like, I thought I was gonna be the late one.
Well, audio was being goofy and...
Yeah, that is true as well.
Yeah, we can't...
Not that I really did anything to fix it. I don't really know. Usually it's fine. Every now and then it decides to be weird. You know what? I wonder... It shouldn't be spinning. A game I'm not playing shouldn't be spinning in my PlayStation, right?
I think so.
I just happened to look, and one of my kids has been playing a Sonic game. Oh.
Of course. Maybe she put it in here.
What's that?
I have the pricing, but because my PlayStation is plugged in on my one screen, it's not letting me snap it over to the other screen that is opening it on. So I was actually trying to grab it from another place. Here we go. I got it. Hold, please.
Is it 15 and 20 or 15 and 30?
It's 15 and 30.
Okay.
I got you. It's coming. Incoming right now.
When I first, I didn't listen to the live reveal. I just listened to Skinny's video. And I think he just showed the thing on the screen that had the pricing and said, there's the pricing. But he never said it, and I was listening, not watching. And
you were so confused.
I was like, hell, sure wish you would have just given the numbers there, but okay.
Yeah. And I think there's one more to add. Hold, please. This is a good one to have a copy, because I don't think it was a...
Might even be in this.
There. Well, Skinny has the same assets I do, so... Yes, that's probably true.
No, I was looking at the article.
Oh, I was like, yes. I believe it is in the article as well, but I just put these in here for us in case we need additional referencing for anything we were talking about, or if we want to cross-reference and check anything. So, okay, I'm ready whenever you guys are. If I don't answer right away at some point during the show, it probably means that I'm mid-sneeze.
Mid-sneeze. Sounds like a great name for a band. And now, welcome to the stage, Mid-Sneeze!
Okay, but you don't want to be called mid nowadays for a band. That'd be horrible.
Oh, that is true. Being mid is not good.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine when you're doing it, like, ironically. You know. Buck the system, you know. All right, everybody ready? We good?
Yeah, let's do this.
That's me warming up. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Snugpod Cast. We have got a ton of stuff to talk about. Big news. But before we do, I'm Never Separate, and with me, if you're watching, directly to the left on screen is Gone Crazy Back Soon. What is up?
Nothing much. Just trying to stay alive from whatever Tamrielic allergies are getting me this week.
Yeah, those can be rather tricky sometimes. Lots of plants in this world that just don't seem to want to leave us alone.
Yeah, you'd think a Bosmer would do better with allergies, but I don't know. All I know is it's not the Nahat and flu, and it's not, oh my gosh, I forgot whatever the other one was. Anyway, yeah.
Well, all right. And keep going left, and you find Gwen the Bard. How are you?
Hello. I am good. I am here.
That's a start.
I am wanting to change this damn outfit.
Well, it's a little late for that.
I
already
know.
started.
I know.
I mean, I guess you could run upstairs real quick if you wanted, but...
Well, soon she can just have all her outfit slots on every character.
Yes. But
how does that work, though? Does that, like, combine the outfit slots? Am I going to end up having, like, all of a sudden, like, 8 outfit slots instead of just 3? You're, like,
I have a
1
feeling.
or 2? Okay. I'm going to have way too many outfits. I don't know what to do.
That's going to be amazing.
And that was in no way spoiler content for anything that we might talk about later. So, yeah. Gwen, have you played ESO ever?
Ever?
Yeah.
You mean like never ever or ever ever?
Ever, ever. Like,
I mean,
this isn't the first time you've logged in, right?
Oh, of course not.
How about this week?
This week? Well, considering it is a new week, technically yes. Oh wait, no, nope. Second, I logged in earlier today.
Well, I meant since last time we got together.
Oh, do you want me to say what I've done this week? Is that what you're trying to push towards? Is that what you're doing in your weird cat roundabout? Okay.
Yes. See, the point that we're going to get to is like a ball of yarn, and I like to bat it around.
Oh my god, I hate messed up yarn. Oh no, all of the craft supplies must be in neat, orderly, cleanly rows.
Yo, I'm sitting between the two of them. I'm just saying.
You'll catch the shoe for me, I guess.
No, I'm ducking. When that happens, I'm ducking. Although, let me tell you, if I've managed to not get pushed in the river in all this time with Gwen, I think you'll be okay. You might just get one shoe hit, maybe not like a whole bunch. Yeah.
All right, Gwen. Yes, I would like for you to tell us what you've been up to.
I wasn't gonna push you in the river with your mom right there. God. Anyway.
Thank goodness for moms, I guess, then.
So, remember how I had been pushing and wanting and really super excited for Wood Elf Giuliano's house, and we went and we previewed it and it was amazing. It's like so much hype behind this house for me. Well, now I'm questioning if it's actually a good house. So that's what I've been up to this week for the most part.
Why?
Why am I questioning it? Because, well, some things came to light and were fresh in my eyes, and how I look at things now versus how I used to look at things. And for housing, for the type of things I want to do with housing, what matters, what makes it a good house, is how many people you can fit in it, and how accessible it is, and then how close to a way shrine is it. However, how close to a way shrine, or how easy it is to access a way shrine from the front door is it, only matters if everyone is able to access it. So, because it is in Westweald, not everyone has Westweald, therefore it is not a good house. So right now, from the, free houses we have, is right now I have decided the best house from all of the free houses that we have is, oh my gosh, what's the name of it? I know where it is. I forget the name because we have so many houses. Is the Grand Gallery of Tamriel. That is actually currently the #1 free house that we have, is the Grand Gallery of Tamriel. In my opinion, I did a big ranking today. I went through all of them, and I was just like, that's probably it. The Grand Gallery of Tamriel is probably the best house because you can hold 24 people. It has a giant open space. It has ways to manage different spaces to manage all of the things. And when you walk out the front door, it's in a base game zone, so everyone you invite over can access it, and it is useful for everyone. And you can walk straight to a way shrine in less than 30 seconds without running into anything you have to fight. So, that's my ranking. If you guys have different opinions, I am open to suggestions, but right now that seems to be the best choice. So, other than that, what I have been doing is my writs, working on cosplay, and I got to join in on the Relic Hunters Thursday thing. we ended up running around in some old base game zones to help one of our friends find some sky shards and finish some delves, some bosses in those. And two of us actually ended up running into quests in the back of those delves that we actually had not done before. So those were turned in, and ended up returning this orc's journal to him. It wasn't his journal, it was his sister's journal, and she died trying to make ogres, socialize ogres, and push them into society. Very, very unfortunate. However, that was the quest that was missing. And then we found some lore, which, once again, we're finding things in base game zones we hadn't seen before. Things we just somehow missed. So it was fun. And then I tried to join on Dungeons on Friday, but then literally just as we were about to queue, kid aggro. And so I missed it. I missed Dungeons. But Thursday was fun. How about you?
I've been back a little bit in, is it Glenumbra? I always forget. Where I mentioned I was last time, helping the Weird Sisters with their little issue with the roots and whatnot. Anyway, I finished that quest line up, and I got the message about going to help somebody deal with a werewolf problem. So that's where I'm going next. Going to try to work on knocking out some of that quest line, getting some things cleared out of my quest log, because I've got, still base game stuff to finish. So they're talking about finding stuff in the base game you hadn't seen. I got a bunch of that, and then I got a bunch of other zones from newer stuff I also need to go do. So the only other thing I've done, I guess, that I can recall, is trying to look at some different ideas for things to do with the build that I'm doing right now. It's not anything super serious, it's mostly just for fun, trying to find something that fits in with it that'll kind of add a little to it. Been playing around a little bit using the vampire skill, Mesmerize, I think it's called. Didn't realize that I hadn't actually leveled that up yet, so I only have the base version of it. But it's kind of fun to just run into a fight and then wave my hand in the air, and everything just stands there and lets me beat it to death. But that's been about it for me. Not a whole lot going on. Inventory management, as always. But other than that, crazy.
I have just been trying to survive and keep up with life. I haven't done much this week due to a crazy work schedule where I was flipping back and forth between night shift and day shift. So that was a bit tough. The other thing too is with the announcement that we're going to talk about in a little bit, I've just been trying to keep up with helping in the community with answering questions or clarifying things for people, and then just Guildmaster Online stuff mostly. I did get the last Golden Pursuit done on both platforms, came in clutch after the show and did it on PlayStation last week, and then the next day I did it on PC, finished it up. And then other than that, I have done a little bit of antiquities that I had, things that were going to expire, some gold leads and purple leads and stuff that were important. And I'm excited to get longer timers with that, which again, that's probably a spoiler. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just trying to survive at the moment because it's been really, really busy, almost unexpectedly busy, the last couple weeks. So, yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Speaking of Golden Pursuits and the current Golden Pursuits, the complete one tribute match, you actually have to win one PvP tribute match.
Whoa.
Specifically, it says just complete one tribute match, but the regular ones don't work, and losing a PvP one, even if you complete it, does also not count. So you have to you have to win a PvP tribute match for that to count.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
Or it's just glitched. I'm not sure. Because I have done every tribute match except win a PvP tribute match. I have lost many PvP tribute matches this week.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I used the Golden Pursuit, so I was looking through them, and I'm like, huh, I should have that. Why don't I have that?
Well, now we know why. Womp womp.
Alright, but we have news. We have so much news we don't even know where to start. We're all just frozen.
Yeah, that's true. I was waiting to see if Never was going to chime in on anything, but I wasn't sure if he was gone for a moment.
Should we just start at the top of the list?
Oh my goodness, I'm muted.
Wow, this whole time you have been muted, huh?
Well, I was wondering, like, before y'all started talking about that, I was like, we've got a lot to talk about. And
yeah.
And then you started talking about that, so I thought you were just responding. And
nope.
Then
was
I was
the
like,
cat in the bag?
And then I was like, speaking of Golden Pursuits, because you were talking about it, and then you were like, well, we've got a lot to talk about.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Apparently, cat has no tongue and doesn't speak. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I was just gonna wait till we actually started going through stuff to chime in. I don't have a lot to say about the Golden Pursuits per se, but I will probably have a lot to say about some other things.
Well, the first article is all about the Golden Pursuits.
I know, that's why I was jumping into it, and then when you started talking about it, I thought it was literally in response to that, because
I guess our timing is just that good.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so good at this that when we fail, we still do it right. That's because we're the most professional ESO podcast there is.
Wow.
Yeah. And by that I mean probably one of the least professional. That's okay. Yeah,
I think we're doing great.
I think we're doing fantabulous.
You know what? I think we're doing Golden Pursuits article.
Yes,
let's start this.
Yes, we're doing Golden. We should pursue that.
Golden Pursuits kick off 2026 with bonus loot this January. Get ready to ride. This month's Golden Pursuits campaign, Get Ready to Ride, kicks off January 7th and runs until February 4th. During this month's campaign, you can complete various in-game activities spanning combat, exploration, crafting, and more to unlock the following rewards. Complete 6 activities for 30,000 gold. Complete 12 activities for 3 All-Maker crates. And complete 20 activities for the Anniversary Fellowship Bear and his adorable little derpy vampire smile. Alright, you can complete a total of 36 activities during this period. These challenges highlight many aspects of the ESO experience, including finishing daily quests, conquering dungeons, crafting items, slaying foes, furnishing your home, and much more. Head over to the Golden Pursuit section in the in-game activity finder to check out the full list of this campaign's activities.
I just previewed him for the stream, and I never noticed, because you can't really see it in the picture there. He's got the Ouroboros on his hiney.
What? He's got an Ouroboros on it?
Yeah, he does. On his back, leg on either side, he's got the Ouroboros right on his cheekies.
Ouroboros bear butt.
He's got a tramp stamp on either side.
No, it's his cutie mark, like a My Little Pony.
It is like a cutie mark.
Oh my goodness.
How cute.
If they ever offer a little pony pet or horse like that, my kid is gonna love it.
Oh my gosh, look at him run.
All about
He's so cute. Okay, never mind. I actually might have to do 5 more Golden Pursuits to get this boy. He's actually pretty cute.
He's really cute. Do it.
I mean, if you can bear getting them done.
I'm so sad that we have barely any evidence of that one episode.
I know.
Yeah.
Can't bear it.
There is a bare spot in our soul.
There's a bare spot in our episodes.
Well, that's because there's no bear episode.
I was like, if you've been around long enough to understand what we're talking about, it's because we did an entire episode with terrible bear puns that we lost.
You know what? This is
going to be...
the
first time we were recording away from a system.
This is a big episode, so maybe we should not make too many more bear jokes. That way we don't jinx anything.
That's
fair
true.
point. Fair point. I mean, bear point.
I definitely don't think I could bear to not get this episode to a point we can actually upload it.
All right. So, tomes?
Yes, we're lore seekers. We love a good tome.
Oh, yeah, no. I heard tomes and pages, and immediately my brain's like, yes, more books.
Is that what that says?
I like more books.
Is that what that says? Tamriel Tomes?
Yeah, what'd you think it said?
I thought it was Tamriel Tomes.
Yeah,
it was like
Tamriel to me. Tamriel to me is a special place that I like to play in.
Yeah, I totally should have just started reading that and said it like that. And see. You know.
Oh, you.
Well, this is a little lengthy. All right. Do we want to break this up, or just one of us read all of it? How do we want to do this?
It doesn't matter. We can break it up if you want. We can do gold to gold to gold to gold. How about that?
Gold to gold to gold.
Love it.
Like, that makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah, like Tamriel Tome to me, and opening the page and progressing your to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So I guess I will start.
And then I'll go next. We'll just go down the line, because Gwen just read the last one.
Yeah. All right. So we've got opening the page on Tamriel Tomes. Enjoy seasonal rewards with Tamriel Tomes, a new and consolidated way to earn collectibles, currencies, and in-game items. Tamriel Tomes is a new Battle Pass-like system coming to ESO with Season 0 that allows you to unlock in-game rewards as you play. Collecting and consolidating the endeavors and daily login reward systems, Tamriel Tomes grants all ESO players more variety and choice when it comes to earning in-game goodies, no matter how you choose to spend your time in Tamriel. Each tome arrives with and is available throughout its season, and it includes free, premium, or paid, and premium bonus options. More on those below. The rewards found within each season's Tamriel tome vary greatly, but they always include a broad selection of in-game currencies, consumables, and collectibles, plus include free options for all players. The first Tamriel tome arrives as part of Season 0 on April 2nd, 2026, for all platforms, and is called the Tome of Dawn and Dusk.
Opening the page. All ESO players gain access to the free version of the Tamriel Tome for a season, and can complete its challenges to unlock rewards. For a greater breadth of available reward options, you can choose to pay to upgrade a season's tome. When Season 0 launches on April 2nd, there will be 3 options. Free Tamriel Tome. Automatically available for free at the start of each season. The Premium Tamriel Tome, which is paid, grants the ability to unlock the season's premium rewards upon purchase. It allows you to continue to progress and unlock the rewards for the specific tome after the season has ended. Premium Plus Bonuses Tamriel Tome, which is also paid, grants all the unlocks and benefits of the Premium Tome, grants 2 caches of tome points, each containing 2,000 tome points, and instantly grants a unique bonus collectible. The Premium and Premium Plus bonuses selections are completely optional, and you can review the contents of a tome before making your choice. Note that a tome's free options and its 2 upgrades can be acquired only during its specific season. However, should you purchase either one of the 2 paid versions while it is available, you can continue to unlock its free and premium rewards after the season ends.
Progressing your tome. When Season 0 arrives, you can find the current Tamriel tome by navigating from your main menu. The icon is next to the Crown Store. From there, you can see the tome's pages, your challenges, your current tome points, and level of progress. Challenges. During a season, you can complete 2 different types of challenges to progress your tome. Weekly challenges, 5 weekly challenges made available every week. Seasonal challenges, larger challenges that take longer to complete but offer greater rewards. Some of these challenges take the full duration of the season, but others are introduced mid-season or during unique events too. Note that you don't have to complete a weekly challenge within the week it becomes available, as they persist throughout the season up to a maximum of 12 weekly challenges live at any one time. Learning from player feedback surrounding endeavors and daily login rewards, we designed the system to ensure you don't feel bad when you've missed out on a day or two of progress. The challenges themselves vary greatly. Some tie in thematically to the season, while others might cover any of ESO's common in-game activities, including slaying Daedra, capturing keeps in Cyrodiil, harvesting resources, using treasure maps, or opening treasure chests, and more. If you don't like your current weekly challenges, you can choose to re-roll them. You receive 5 re-rolls per week each week of the season, with a maximum of 12 being available at any one time. Finally, when you complete weekly and seasonal challenges, you're granted tome points. Tome points are a unique kind of currency that are earned when completing a season's challenges. These serve 2 related purposes. They automatically unlock tome pages, granting access to each page's rewards. They can be spent in any order on unlocking individual Tamriel tome rewards on a page. You don't need to spend your tome points on one page to get access to subsequent pages, as completing challenges and earning tome points does that automatically. You can save your points for whatever individual reward you wish on whatever individual page. We want to continue to give you a choice as to which rewards you unlock, regardless of whether you've paid for a season's premium version or not.
A new volume of rewards. The rewards contained within each Tamriel tome vary, but you can expect a general mix of the following reward types. Consumables, including research scrolls, gear upgrade kits, trait research boxes, and more. Currencies, including Gold Coast Bazaar trade bars, seals, formerly Seals of Endeavor, and more. Collectibles, including cosmetics such as new armor sets, weapon and skill styles, furnishings, and more. With the Endeavors and daily login reward system being removed from the game in Season 0, many of their typical rewards have been added to Tamriel tomes, consolidating and simplifying how you earn them. Trade bars are a unique new currency that you can spend in the Gold Coast Bazaar store, allowing you to acquire returning and some new rewards.
The Tome of Dawn and Dusk. Season 0's Tamriel tome is called the Tome of Dawn and Dusk and is available when this season officially launches on April 2nd. Within this tome, you can find exciting gear themed to 2 legendary adventurers, armor from a night-stalking Khajiit sect, and an enigmatic wolf that walks the line between night and day. Free rewards, like free collectibles in this tome, include Kirith's Dungeon Delve armor set, a new style for Vigor, and the Mesa Stalker weapon styles. In addition, you can unlock up to 8,000 seals, a whopping 9,000 trade bars, and 6 returning crown crates from this tome's free offerings. Premium rewards. Premium rewards in this tome include the Winterhold Empire and Wolf mount, the Monster Slayer personality, the Duo Dynamo Dungeon Delve Spider multi-rider mount, and more. You can also unlock an additional 1,500 trade bars. The Premium Plus bonus purchases receive Raynor's Traveling Robes costume in addition to 2 caches of tome points containing 2,000 tome points each, helping you speed along your progress. Note, you can open caches at any point, meaning it doesn't have to happen during the current season, and they aren't capped. We'll share more details on the Tamriel Tomes rewards and how to get your hands on them as we near April 2nd. Stay tuned!
ESO Plus bonuses. If you have an ESO Plus membership, you also gain certain benefits for a season's tome. These include a 10% increase in tome points earned from challenges, 1 cache of tome points containing 2,000 per month of membership, 1 premium tome token per month of membership, 12 tokens grant a free premium plus bonuses Tamriel tome. With ESO Plus membership, you not only progress your Tamriel tomes quicker, but even get a free premium tome each time you've had a total of 12 months of membership. All caches and tokens are granted immediately upfront with your ESO Plus membership purchase. For example,
If you purchase 6 months of ESO Plus membership, you'll immediately receive 6 caches of tome points and 6 premium tome tokens.
Variety and choice. With Tamriel tomes, we're adding new ways to play ESO and earn in-game rewards. With an emphasis on providing a greater diversity of reward options, how you choose to interact with the season's Tamriel tome is entirely up to you. Note that the introduction of Tamriel tomes, you'll continue to earn new rewards in-game as well, whether that be from a new zone, trial, PvP, events, golden pursuits, and more. We will also continue to offer new cosmetics on the Crown Store and via Crown Crates, exploring different themes and variety. Are you excited to discover the Tome of Dawn and Dusk for yourself? Let us know via socials. Don't forget, the first tome goes live with the kickoff of Season 0 on April 2nd.
The answer is yes, I am very excited. I'm stoked for that. Those mounts that change from night to day? Yes, please. That looks so cool.
Vigor's one of my favorite skills, so I'll just, always take another color for Vigor.
Exactly, me too. I run it on pretty much most of my characters just because. Okay. Go ahead, Never. I feel like you were about to say what I was just going to ask.
Actually, I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to ask for thoughts.
That's what I was just going to say.
Okay.
I was going to say, okay, so how are we feeling about this Battle Pass-like system? We're not calling it a Battle Pass, but it's kind of like a Battle Pass, but it's not fully a Battle Pass.
They did call it a Battle Pass.
They said it's Battle Pass-like.
Well, the article does.
Acknowledging it is like a Battle Pass.
I think in the reveal, I thought that was it Susan? Is that right?
Yeah.
I thought that she did say that it was a. Either way,
she said it's ESO's version of a Battle Pass.
Okay,
I believe.
Tomato potato.
Said. Yeah.
No one has outright said.
Susan Cass, one of the executive producers of ESO. Yes.
So, I think we probably knew this was coming. I feel like when they first mentioned seasons and we had that discussion before, that was one of the things I brought up about, some of my concerns with going to seasons is Battle Pass and how they handle that.
Well, now how do you feel?
So I'm a little mixed. I think the thing that I like that they're doing with this compared to how a lot of games handle it, they're not the first to do this, and I think there are other games that I think do it better. But if you pay for the premium version, and actually I'll ask you a question, Crazy, because you may have a definite answer on this.
Sure.
Because wording can be iffy sometimes.
Tricky.
Yeah, so let me find... Alright, so under the opening the page, that last line, however, should you purchase either one of the two paid versions while it is available, you can continue to unlock its free and premium rewards after the season ends.
Correct.
Is there a time limit on that?
No.
So you just, once you've bought it, it's yours?
Correct.
Okay.
You can always earn towards it, and you can always choose to purchase those quote-unquote pages if you have purchased it. It does not go away. It does not pull a Destiny, as far as I know.
Okay. So if that's the case, I didn't know if it was like you have you can work on it for the next season as well, or...
Yep, you can.
But, no, I mean, like, you have the next season and that's it, because that is technically still after that season goes away. But I wanted to make sure that there's no time limit. Like, you don't get an extra month. It's just if you buy it, it's in yours, and you can work on it for the next 10 years if you want, assuming ESO is around that long.
Yeah, the way that I was kind of telling myself it was going to work was it was like sticker book for cosmetics.
Right.
So if I, in a way, right? So like if I purchase it, it goes into there, and I will always be able to earn towards it, or like purchase stuff with my tomes, etc.
So a lot of games, when Battle Passes started really becoming a thing, a lot of games it was like, okay, you've got this battle pass, you have this long, you can, if you complete it, that's so good. I have people at work that talk about their Fortnite battle passes regularly. I don't know if Fortnite's made any changes or not, but they talk about completing their battle pass. For a lot of games, especially early on, if you did not complete it, tough luck, Buttercup, you had luck.
Yep. There are still games that use that footprint,
right,
which is specifically not what ESO wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I think they did listen to the community when it came to that.
Yeah, I don't. So I like that you have the option to continue working on it, where I think there are some games that have a system I like a little better, is that when they introduce their version of this, it's in the game, and you can always purchase it if you want to, and always, as opposed to it's only available for a short time. I think the way they're doing it is pretty fair, honestly. It gives you the option. If you want it, you can get it. If you don't, you don't have to. There's stuff in there that you can earn for free. So I think that's a positive. I guess this article didn't touch on the price, or did I miss it?
I
think
it
that
did not.
Article?
I don't believe it touched on the price. But I mean, we can bring it up. It's probably going to be. My guess is they'll touch on it in the ESO Plus article.
Okay.
Is there, right? Because we do have one of those. Right?
I saw it in one of the articles.
But we could still just say the prices, so
Right.
it's included right now.
Yeah, it talks about it later in the get more out of your ESO Plus article, but we can touch on it now. So obviously the free tome is free. The premium tome is $14.99, and then the premium plus bonuses tome is going to be $30. We'll talk a little bit more probably when we do that other article about what happens when you have ESO Plus and you're earning towards a Premium Plus tome. But that will have to be after 12 months that you would have one unlocked. So, but yes, so it's basically $30. So if you break it down that way, seasons are supposed to run potentially 3 or 4 months. They talked about 12 weeks. So that would basically mean $10 a month to earn your stuff.
Right. And that's going to be the thing that I'm not the biggest fan of. I think the pricing, I don't know that I've seen, not that I've played tons of games with battle passes. I don't like the system in general because of how most do it. But 15 would have been one thing, but a separate option that's $30, that's $120 a year. And
yeah, but that's presuming you like every cosmetic that comes out in the game.
Sure. And so the reason that I'm not, real up in arms about this is it's optional cosmetic content. So if people want to engage with that, they're welcome to, but the content is not game related as far as anything that you're going to go do. It's just all cosmetic. But I don't like that there's 2 tiers and that one is $30. That's just, to me, that feels like a lot for cosmetics. And I get there's individual cosmetics that cost more. I don't like that either. I've been pretty vocal about that. Because I think when a game costs $60, individual cosmetics should not cost $30 and $40. That's my take on that.
Right, but now the game's not costing $60 anymore.
Correct, and I think we'll get into that a bit more later. But I made a mistake and looked at chat and it distracted me.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Ark and I have been talking back and forth, and Ryan's been chiming in too while you've been talking.
Yeah, so, but I think, especially for a game with a subscription, just adding another $30, to me is a lot. But because it's not being forced on you in any way other than if you want to buy this stuff, here's how you get it, and then knowing that it's not, you can buy this pass for a chance to get it as long as you work hard enough. You buy it, work toward it at any rate you want to. Then that's giving the players a choice. So I'm less bothered by it than I could have been, for sure. I think overall it's a fairly consumer-friendly approach to the direction that they're taking the game, assuming that how they handle future content works out well. I definitely think that this is. I think it's a good move, especially in the market that we're in now, with so many MMOs coming out being free to play. This makes it easier to compete with some of those, and so that's my take. What do y'all think?
You want to chime in, Gwen, or you want me to chime in?
I don't have a lot to say because I generally normally refuse to play games that have battle passes. So I don't really have an opinion on it yet. But it's like you said, it's just cosmetics, and we already have the Crown Store. So what's the difference?
Yeah, and I think the big difference is we can earn some stuff for free, right? Like it's like kind of like a Big Daddy Golden Pursuit in some ways.
It just sounds like it's replacing the Endeavors with more options. It is. That's all. That's basically it's just the daily login rewards and Endeavors replacement with choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think for me, looking at it in the long run, the exchange for the player choice of the trade-off of not paying for content for the future, because everything coming forward will be free to play, essentially, when it comes to the difference in how we used to have to purchase chapters or purchase DLCs. For me, this is I personally feel it's a good trade-off, because I have the option to select whether I'm purchasing that or not, and I'll still be able to play whatever content is coming out. So in the long run, for some people, I think it will save some money. For the people that are FOMO people, they will definitely spend the money, because they will want to have everything just because they don't want to miss out, right? And I think those are the people that are gonna be like, ooh, this is expensive. But at the same time, I think for most casual players who aren't hardcore or maybe don't care as much about cosmetics, I think in the long run they're going to come out better. The other thing is, I kind of like that they're still making it a little prestigious in a way, where you can only purchase these cosmetics during when that battle pass season is active, and then you can carry them with you. I think that's nice, because then it still gives people something to show off in the game that may show, okay, I've been in Tamriel for this long, or okay, I've done X, Y, and Z, or played for this long. And that's not to say that things won't ever cycle back around. We don't know if they're going to do that yet. I mean, I don't think they are. That wouldn't make much sense with this system. But as far as I know, to me, I like that it's going to give people a little prestige too in some way, if they would like it. So I think that's kind of cool. There are other games like New World that have gone where you can buy previous battle passes whenever you want, and I don't think that's a bad thing either. But I'm intrigued to see what this does. And the other thing is, looking at it, they've got to make some money back if they're no longer going to be selling, big chapter releases or chapter upgrades. So to me, the $30 for the premium, when you're looking at what the equivalent of some of those things would cost if they were to put them in the Crown Store, I don't think it's that bad personally, but that's my personal opinion. So I don't know. I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be nice to see how this works, and I think it's nice that they're offering free things. The other thing that I mentioned in chat a second ago that Ark and I were talking about is that we are console players, so we have an additional barrier to entry that PC doesn't have with our PSN sub. So I think console players, on one hand, were a little more up in arms initially, because even though it's going like free moving forward, we're like, yeah, but we're still subbing. So now we're subbing and subbing again, right? If I'm subbing to PSN and then I'm subbing to PlayStation, and then I'm subbing to ESO Plus, which I of course do because I enjoy supporting the game. But then now I'm also going to be potentially buying a tome for a season. Like, that feels like a lot. It's kind of like sticker shock. But when you kind of stand back and reflect on it, for me personally, if it's running 3 months at a time or something like that, to me that feels the equivalent of like a DLC or something that I might purchase outright anyway. So for me, I personally feel in a good place, but I can understand how it feels like sticker shock, or it feels like, hey, we're microtransactioning a lot here. But I also hope that doing something like this allows them more cool things to be able to add in the game, because that's what the community's been asking for.
With tomes being 3, like you said, it's 3 months a tome, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're just getting the basic one for $15 and it's 3 months a tome, that's really 3 copies. Yeah, that's less than 3 copies.
Correct.
That's like 1 coffee every month. And and it's just for shinies. It's just for shinies. It's just if you want the extra for the shinies. But I agree with you on because they announced, well, the game's going free, but is it? Because for console players, it's not. But it still is a less of a thing.
It's getting cheaper for us.
It is. We're choosing to play on console. We know we're going to have that sub every year, every month, however you choose to do your console subscription. Like, that's a choice. That's the choice console people make versus as to having to, like, let's say sometimes PC people have the other side of things where there's an update, and how many times have you heard your friends say, like, well, there was this update, so I can't play it because I need to reallocate some memory because I just can't play it anymore.
Right.
Like, that happens. It's just part of the system choice that you have. It's just the cost of having technology.
Yep. And I've never, I know some people, like y'all primarily play this game. As somebody that uses my ESO Plus, or PSN Plus, PlayStation Plus, there we go. To play several games with several friends, I don't necessarily tie that cost into a specific game. I just kind of tie that into just a, but that is a valid point. But I don't also, I'm not sure if in the wording they've necessarily said it's free to play. A more accurate way to describe it is it's still buy to play. Just future content won't cost you. You still have to buy the game. So if you don't already own the game or have it through Game Pass or something like that, you still have to buy the base game. So it's not a free to play game in that regard.
This is true, but it's definitely cheaper than it has been.
Yes,
most of the time you can buy the base game at like $5, $8.
You pick up a used copy of it from somebody for nothing. If you wanted to. But
exactly.
Right. So
and if you want certain content, which I don't know that we've really clarified, there is certain content that won't be rolling in yet, right? Like, you'll still need to buy. Yep, Ark just said it literally as I'm saying it right now. You'll still need to buy the chapters. You still need to buy the previous DLC releases currently for certain content. Eventually, they're working on rolling those things in. Like, if you look at the, I think if you look at the long-term goal, like, we're rolling Greymore into base game. I think eventually they will roll other certain things in once they get far enough down the road, but they still have to make some money to make sure and ensure that these systems are going to get up and working. That's why I think they're calling the first season 0 as well. It has to do with the fact that they're setting quality of life and they're setting up a bunch of new systems and layering them in so that they can go for the long term, 5 years from now or whatever, and start to roll chapters and additional content and things in. So, but yes, you still have to buy. I say free to play, but I mean with future content moving forward, right? It's not necessarily the backlog of all of the content. While they are rolling in Thieves Guild, Orsinium, Dark Brotherhood, and Greymore eventually this year, the other stuff will still need to be purchased. But if you're subbing to ESO Plus, you will be able to have access to the DLCs and stuff. So, there's give and take. There's a lot of different things that are tying it together.
And it is all intended to eventually be part of the game. Like so honestly, like if there's chapters or something you don't have and you're not at a point where you have to jump into them, then just wait. I mean, it's, you know, you'll end up having it at some point as part of it. I'm glad they communicated that ahead of time, because that has been a frustration of mine in the past, where when they first introduced chapters, they said this will not be part of your ESO Plus subscription, it will be a separate purchase. So everybody bought it, and then when the next chapter came out, they said, and the previous chapter will roll into your sub. And they didn't tell us that up front, and you know, for a lot of people like me, if I'm behind on content, I might have said, you know what, I can just wait till it rolls into my sub and work on catching up. So I'm glad they communicated that up front more this time, so that people are aware of that. If you don't have the content and it's currently still available for sale, but you're not ready for it, don't feel pressured to buy it, because it is going to end up rolling into the into the game at some point. If you're at a point you're ready to play it and you catch it and you want to buy it, you have that choice. But that's kind of the nice thing going forward, is it just seems like we're getting more choice.
Yeah, I really like that. It's more of a play as you want, like they've always been talking about, like play your own way, you know.
But I'd mentioned in response to the conversation in chat, I guess talking about the pricing and how it compares to, in the past the upgrades were $40. You got new zones, all that came with that. And whatever the new systems were, but going forward, what kind of content are we going to see? That'll kind of help us too once we get one or two seasons in and can actually see how it's happening. It's not just some handful of fetch quests and they're calling that a season.
Well, I don't think they are, because if you look at the actual season breakdowns of what's coming, there's 2 brand new big things,
sure,
and then a trial, sure, and a system, yeah, and so yeah, I think they're planning on releasing pretty chunky content when they can.
Yeah, I'm just using that as kind of a scenario, like, or a comparison or whatever. Like, if they were to do that, that would not make me feel very good about the change. But if the stuff that we get in the seasons is actually like, okay, this will tide me over until the next one, and it was entertaining and gave me some new stuff to go do, and even if it isn't a base game zone, new systems to play with, whatever, then I think that'll be good, and I think that'll be good for the game. So yeah.
Cool. Well, shall we carry on? Because we're going to open up more of the can of worms, I suppose, when we go.
Oh, yeah. No, we're just going to keep...
We're just getting
started. It's all coming up anyway, so let's just keep going. We got a long stuff.
We're going to jump into the bazaar next.
We're already so bizarre. Might as well just keep going.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
Whose turn was it?
I think I ended that last one.
I think it's my turn.
Okay.
So, let's go. Acquire returning rewards at the Gold Coast Bazaar, a golden opportunity. Season 0 introduces an all-new way to acquire classic collectibles simply by playing. Learn more about the Gold Coast Bazaar. A new in-game storefront that arrives March 25th, 2026, then kicks off with Season 0 on April 2nd. The Gold Coast Bazaar allows you to acquire classic collectible rewards you may have missed out on in the past. Throughout ESO's long history, we've introduced a host of limited-time collectible rewards. Whether it be via in-game events, special promotions, or part of larger releases, we've added hundreds of unique rewards to the game. If you missed out on such items, they were often impossible to get again, or were reintroduced unpredictably and inconsistently. Rediscover returning rewards in the Bazaar. With the Gold Coast Bazaar, we're adding a new storefront with the primary purpose of bringing back those rewards that were once only available during a specific window. You can claim these items via a new currency called Trade Bars, which you can earn via gameplay and Tamriel tomes. The Gold Coast Bazaar arrives March 25th, 2026 with an initial offering of items. Then when Season 0 starts on April 2nd, we're adding a host of new additions too.
think that's you, Gwen.
Oh, I didn't know we were still doing that. I thought we were redoing articles again because this isn't a big one. It's okay.
I can keep going.
No. If you want me to read, I'll read. All right, trade bars. Trade bars are a new type of in-game currency that you can spend to acquire items from the bazaar. One of the main ways to earn trade bars is from the free version of the Season's Tamriel Tome. For example, in Season 0, up to 9,000 trade bars are part of the Tome's free offerings. However, an additional 1,500 trade bars are available from the paid versions of the Tome too. You can also earn trade bars from various other activities, including participating in in-game events. When Update 49 launches on March 9th, trade bars will replace your event tickets. The conversion happens automatically and have no cap associated with them. You'll receive 100 trade bars for every one event ticket you hold. Don't fear. Event rewards, including morphing collectibles, will also be converted to maintain their value now that they are available for trade bars instead of tickets. Although there are more ways to earn trade bars than there ever was to earn event tickets, and much greater total value to earn as well. Notably, trade bars will not be available for purchase with crowns. They must be earned by playing the game and obtaining them from the Tamriel Tome.
Bazaar rewards. The bazaar arrives on March 25th with an initial offering of items. However, when Season 0 arrives April 2nd, the full breadth of rewards becomes available, resulting in approximately 100 collectibles in total purchasable from the store at that point. Some bazaar offerings will rotate in and out with the start and end of each season, but many consistent evergreen items are offered too. The goal with this rotation is to ensure there's always a healthy representation of different types of rewards available at all times. Evergreen rewards include items like the Grand Gallery of Tamriel Home, Debella's Exaltation Armor Style, Gold Road, Recall, Customized Actions, Outfit Tokens, and more. Rotating items associated with Season 0 include items such as the Morthal Jarl Finery Costume, the Dragon's Treasure Trove Furnishing, Mara's Spring Chicken Pet, and more. On certain occasions, you can also find brand new items in the bazaar, most often associated with an upcoming event, which initially the impresario will continue to offer. For example, in April, you could buy fragments for various Jester's Festival themed rewards. As a reminder, trade bars are completely replacing event tickets as an in-game currency. In addition, previous ESO Plus membership monthly fee items will also make their way to the bazaar, although you will still need to have an active membership to purchase those specific rewards. We'll share more about the Bazaar Season 0 rewards closer to the release in March.
With the Gold Coast Bazaar, you can enjoy even more variety and more choice when it comes to ESO's many, many in-game rewards. We can't wait to see the community's reaction to this new store. Which returning rewards do you want most? You'll have to wait until season starts on April 2nd to see what's available, but we're always on the lookout for new player requests too.
I just want the Wood Elf Armor Assistant back, but I know that's a Crown Store thing. That's fine. I just want it back.
Yeah, but you never know. Who knows?
I think bringing back some of those older Plus things is kind of a nice touch.
Me too.
I know I saw some comments, people really wanting that treasure trove. So, yeah.
Which treasure trove? The dragon one?
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the same one that we got a while back, right? Which I think was like maybe when the dragon thing released elsewhere.
Yeah, it was during the dragon event, and it was like a stackable box. So like when you earned it, it was like 8 levels or 6 levels or something that you could unlock.
Oh, it was that thing, like when they were doing the
gold
end
pile.
of the year stuff.
Yeah, it was the gold pile, and you could click on it, and it was like basically like coffers.
Yeah. So, it's interesting to see them bring that stuff back, but still require an ESO Plus account, or that's not the right word, sub, to get it, with it being something that's purchased in games like that. But But I know there's a lot of people that missed out on certain things, or maybe sub-lapsed on them or something, and maybe there was a painting or a statuette or some other item that they didn't get. This will give them the opportunity to pick those things up, so that's cool.
Yeah, I think that'll be really fun. I'm excited to see what they put in there.
As long as they don't put in Golden Pursuit items, I don't care, because the whole point of the whole Golden Pursuits when they started them was they would never reappear again.
Yeah, I mean, that one, that is true. I don't know, I think unfortunately they kind of might have to with eliminating, well, they're not, yeah, I don't know. That's a great point. I guess we'll have to wait and find out, but...
Wait, can you repeat that? I was reading. What was that?
It is good to see the ability to re-earn things, except as long as they don't put in the Golden Pursuit items, since the whole point of the Golden Pursuits was they were meant to be exclusive to that one time only. Putting it in different colored variants or something, sure, whatever, because it's a variant. I mean, legalese, reading between the lines, it's technically different, it's totally fine. But putting in the thing you would actually have earned from the Golden Pursuits, that should not happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I heard someone saying that the conversion rate on tickets to trade bars is going to be the equivalent of 90 tickets. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it's 100 trade bars per one ticket.
Did it say that in this article? Did I miss that?
Yes, we just read that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I see it there. Yeah.
That's why I'm planning on ending the next 2 events that we have with 12 tickets.
There's 2 events in between now and March 9th.
We have White Strakes and Hearts Day.
Ah, yes, so we do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do my best to catch up on the few things that I screwed up. Actually, because I multi-platform, it's a problem. I need a spreadsheet. I screwed up at one point and got half of something on one platform and half of something on the other, so I've got to catch up and fix that. But then my plan is to try and end with as many tickets as possible in both places so that I can get as many trade bars as possible.
So
good plan.
Mm-hmm.
When they announced that they were changing the way that the morphables worked, they said that you were only going to have to buy the base items one time.
Yes.
But they would be 10 tickets each instead of 5 or something like that?
No, they're 5 tickets each instead of 10. So the reason they did that is because they had to make it sustainable to get to where they could implement this system, because they already knew it was coming.
I thought they went up.
So you
on
had
the
to be
cost.
able. No, the main pieces went down.
Okay.
Because it was 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 for everything, and now it's
well, it was
5 for the base.
It was 10 for the morphable piece, or the pieces you needed
for the
to
pet
morph.
pieces. No, but it was 10 at one point.
The pet pieces were 5 piece, and the morphable pieces were 10 apiece.
Yeah, but I think they took the pet pieces down either earlier in the year or last year, because at one point the pet pieces were like 10 apiece for like a few years ago.
I thought
either way, we're switching over to a new thing now, so this is now relevant information.
Well, I was just wondering how how the timeline on when they decided to change that over to the trade bars, because it seems like it wasn't that long ago when they were talking about that. And,
it was not, and it was intentional to set up for this, I think, to try and.
But I didn't think that had been implemented. I thought they were talking about that in relation to this upcoming year.
No, that was it's implemented. Yes, it is in relation to this upcoming year, but it's already, it was in the previous patch notes.
Okay.
The
reason I brought it up is I was just trying to. I guess I was doing some mental calculations on, how many trade bars things are going to be now. If it's going to be like an equivalent.
I don't think we know that yet. PTS drops tomorrow. So, or today for me, but yes, I don't think we're 100% on that yet. And I think that there's every chance that it could be different values depending upon what you're purchasing.
Because there's so many more ways to earn now as well, and you don't have a limit to how many you can have. So, you're not stuck at 12 tickets anymore. Right, because the gold bar or the trade bars have no cap.
Correct. So, yeah.
Are we ready to talk about seasons?
Let's do it.
Seasons.
You know, like how we were talking about the weather earlier, like how you guys are in spring somehow, and I'm still in winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, I went into winter and then back to spring, and I'll go back to winter later.
All right. Hey, so before we get into this, because this one's longer, are we going bar to bar again?
Let's pre-planned. Yes, we can do bar.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I think was it Gwen again?
I just left off. Yeah.
I start. Yes.
Okay.
Introducing seasons to the Elder Scrolls Online. Seasons of Change. It has been over a decade since the Elder Scrolls Online's initial launch. With new systems, classes, zones, and stories, the game has evolved a great deal in those 10 years. Now, we're thrilled to announce the next big step for our online RPG, the introduction of seasons. Think of a season in ESO as an exciting box of experiences and updates. Each season could contain new adventures to experience, realms to explore, and ways to play. All the things you expect from ESO content, but contained within a 3-month period. No two seasons will ever be the same, with each having a distinct theme and gameplay additions, some of which could be very different from what you've experienced in the past. Because the team is no longer working on a singular major yearly update, content will arrive continuously throughout the year and throughout each season, allowing for greater choice and variety. Crucially, all new gameplay content included in a season, be it a new zone, dungeon, storyline, system, class, or skill line, will be free for all base game players. We want to remove the barriers to new content we've had in the past, and now all ESO players can enjoy all of Tamriel's new features at no cost and, at the same time, together. In addition, Seasons introduces a new standard for the way we identify, collect, and utilize player feedback, bridging the gap between our development team and the community. We want to hear from you.
What's in a season? While the specifics and scope will change with each new and distinct season, you can expect each one to bring new rewards, adventures, and ways to play. Generally, a season can contain the following kinds of features. New gameplay content. This could include a new zone, storyline, or quest line, class, skill line, or system. New base game changes and improvements, such as quality of life additions, balance changes, or performance updates. A new Tamriel tome, a new battle pass-like experience with free rewards and optional bonus tracks for those who wish to unlock even more. New rotation of Gold Coast Bazaar items, a new reward store in which anybody can spend a new freely earned currency called trade bars. Furthermore, all of the above seasonal features are free for all base game players, the only exception being the premium options available for a season's Tamriel tome. More on that below.
Season 0, Dawn and Dusk. Season 0, Dawn and Dusk will be the first of its kind and officially launch on April 2nd, 2026 and run until July 8th, 2026. Note that some of the base game changes that are part of this season go live a little earlier than this official date, with Update 49 on March 9th, just ahead of Season 0's debut. Season 0 will introduce a new kind of zone experience while also laying the groundwork for future seasonal additions. Here's what Season 0 contains: the Night Market Event Zone, the first wave of player experience improvements, the first wave of class and combat refresh improvements, the introduction of Tamriel tomes with the Tome of Dawn and Dusk, and the introduction of the Gold Coast Bazaar. The Night Market. The Night Market is a brand new type of zone we're dubbing an event zone that is debuting with Season 0. The Night Market is a new area in the Oblivion realm of Fargrave that opens April 29th, 2026, and is available for a 7-week period until June 17th, 2026. There you can choose one of 3 unique factions, pledging your service in a gauntlet of challenging PvE encounters. With new stories to experience, characters to meet, and quests to complete, the Night Market is the first of our experimental zones. Don't forget, as part of Season 0, access to this new zone and adventure is free for all ESO players, including new in-game home earned only via gameplay. While access to the Night Market closes in June, don't fret. Event zones are intended to return in later seasons. Future appearances of the market will allow you to choose a different faction and explore this weird and wonderful realm in an all-new way. Look for more information on the Night Market, how it works, and its rewards closer to when it opens on April 29th. Update 49 and Season 0 also include the first wave of quality of life changes, developed by a dedicated internal team. Focusing on finding, evaluating, and solving player pain points, this team was built to address some of our players' long-standing requests. This first wave of changes includes the ability to respec skills and attributes directly from the UI at no cost, an increase to the speed at which you train your riding skills, an increase to furnishing limits on half of the game's player houses, a return to the 30-day listing window for guild traders, 16 mounts of all shapes and sizes moved from the Crown Store to gold vendors. One of these is a brand new gold purchasable mount, the Ebon Dwarven Horse. Increases to rarer antiquities, expiration times, a change to make outfit slots account-wide, and more. And these are some of the improvements coming to the game with Update 49 in March. You can see the full list of changes coming to the PTS when Update 49 arrives next week, and there's even more changes and additions planned for later in the season. The team will continue to look and listen to suggestions for similar improvements to the player experience from the community for future seasons too. Keep an eye out for more details on this team and their work in the not-too-distant future. Update 49 and Season 0 also continue the work to review and improve ESO's core combat experience, and this season introduces changes and improvements to the Dragon Knight class. This includes a visual refresh for many of its abilities and a rework of its core skill lines. This season also includes a visual refresh for the two-handed weapon skill line and a major revamp or rework of werewolf visuals later in the season, including a female werewolf model, a community-requested addition. Look for more details on the combat work coming with Season 0 in the future. Introduced with Season 0, Tamriel Tomes are a new way for you to earn in-game collectibles, currencies, and rewards simply by playing the game. Each season will introduce a new tome, which is ESO's version of Battle Pass-like systems that you're familiar with from other games. Tomes offer you the chance to complete weekly and seasonal challenges and earn the new currency, Tome Points. Each page in the tome offers a variety of rewards for you to choose from, and as you earn more Tome Points, new pages open to offer you additional rewards. After you've unlocked a page, it's your choice as to whether you wish to spend your Tome Points on that page's items or save them for specific rewards later in the experience. A season's tome can be enjoyed by all ESO players at no cost. However, in addition to the free rewards, you can choose to pay for the ability to acquire additional premium rewards. Even better, with the paid version, you can continue to unlock rewards after the season is over. As stated above, Tamriel Tomes are a completely optional experience. For a deeper dive into how they work, read this announcement. Also releasing as part of Season 0 is the Gold Coast Bazaar, the new in-game rewards store that gives you more opportunities to earn and unlock previously available collectibles and a few new options too. In the past, the game has added many limited-time rewards via Golden Pursuits, daily login rewards, events, anniversary spotlights, Twitch drops, and more. If you missed them, they were often difficult to get again or reintroduced unpredictably and inconsistently. Now these rewards will rotate in and out of the store with each season. With the Gold Coast Bazaar, you can claim these items by spending trade bars, a new currency earned primarily from the free Tamriel Tome rewards, but also from other sources. Trade bars replace event tickets, this happens automatically, and have no cap placed on them. Critically, trade bars are not available for purchase with crowns. They must be earned via the Tamriel Tome rewards or other in-game activities. At Season 0's launch, the Gold Coast Bazaar will have around 100 items available, giving you even more options and choice over the rewards you can earn as you play. In addition to all of the above, in late Season 0, we'll also introduce 2 major gameplay additions that we know our veteran players will enjoy. Introducing Challenge Difficulty, the first step in a new system that increases overland gameplay. Challenge Difficulty allows you to opt into more difficult and more rewarding versions of the overland content you know and love. And we also have the Vengeance PvP progression system. Rank up and progress to earn new rewards and even unique passive abilities for the Vengeance PvP campaigns. We're excited to reveal more about these additions closer to Season 0's official launch, so keep an eye out for more information soon.
Future seasons! Season 0 serves as the foundation for many future seasons and the exciting new adventures, rewards, and changes they hold. As a quick review, these new experiences include New Thieves Guild questline, The Return of Sheogorath, a new endgame trial, solo dungeons, a new event on the high seas, additional classic combat refresh work, additional player experience improvements, and more. To get an early look at the future of seasons in ESO, check out the roadmap below. Note that some details and features may change as development continues. Right, let's read our little roadmap. Alright, so Season 0, Spring to Summer. We have classes and combat changes, the group, the night market, the battle pass, the earnable rewards, PvP progression system, and new overland difficulty options new overland difficulty options, as well as Orsinium, Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, and Imperial City added to the base game. And then the update combats the visual refresh and balance for the werewolf. And that goes into summer. And then in summer starts Season 1 with the new stories, Thieves Guild and Sheogorath, the new system, Sage's Vault, the multi-stage cooperative events, Dynamic World events, new in-game event, High Seas of Tamriel, and a new trial, Crimson Velt. And then going towards autumn, there is the class update for the Warden class, and then player experience improvements. It says no new details on that yet. And then that goes into autumn, and then autumn to winter we get Season 2 with the update for the Sorcerer, as well as more player experience improvements. And then the group event Night Market will return, solar dungeon modes for Moonhunter Keep and March of Sacrifices, and then the large-scale world events in Skyrim called Dynamic Storms, as well as Greymoor being added to the base game. Of course, this is just a taste of what future seasons contain, so keep an eye out for more information in the coming months, including a special preview livestream in March that goes deeper into 2026.
Working with the community. Player trust and community feedback are a core part of our development philosophy at ZeniMax Online Studios, and there's always room for improvement. We want the ESO community to have an even more active role in how we develop the game. What does this mean? We intend to share our plans with you earlier and more often than we have in the past and evolve the way we communicate. This includes getting your thoughts on everything we've recently announced, but it also features experimental or even conceptual new content or adventures. We want you to help us grow Tamriel together. Look out for more opportunities to share your views on anything past, present, and future for ESO in the coming weeks, including live streams, surveys, and more.
More to come. The move to seasons represents a new and dramatic shift in the way the Elder Scrolls Online releases new content and updates, and we can't wait to share more about everything that's coming throughout the next few months. We've only just begun to touch on some of the key changes, additions, and improvements coming as part of this shift, so keep an eye out for more information soon. This will include details on the adjustments to the ESO base game that happens to grant all ESO owners free access to the Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood DLCs, and additions to your ESO Plus membership benefits. Finally, we're also happy to reveal that starting with Update 49's launch in March, all base game patches and updates will arrive and go live at the same time regardless of platform. What do you think about the coming changes to ESO? Are you excited that all new gameplay content will be free for ESO players moving forward? Perhaps you're eager to learn more about the kind of rewards that you can find in the first Tamriel Tome or within the Gold Coast Bazaar come April. Share your thoughts with us.
Well, share your thoughts.
I'll just since my thoughts are probably the shortest, I'm just going to get it out of the way.
Do it.
I am really excited for the night market because Fargrave is already my favorite zone. It It just is. There's a long list of reasons. Some of them could technically be spoilers for some people who haven't played through it yet, but it is. Fargrave is my favorite zone. I am obsessed with Fargrave. That hasn't changed. I still love it, and so even getting more content specifically for Fargrave, especially if it like goes on with the warring factions and the different interactions between the things that are going on in Fargrave, I am absolutely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how. I can't wait to see how they integrate testing some new mechanics and testing new quest styles and things like that within the night market and within Fargrave. I'm very, very excited about it. Fargrave, yeah, Ryman says criminally underutilized. For sure. I agree, and I think that some of those quests there were amazing, and I'm really, really excited to be able to go back and sort of visit that little, you know, demi-plane or plane of oblivion. I think it'll be great. I'm excited.
Never.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
So, there's a lot.
Okay.
So there's a lot happening with a lot of this. And hopefully they are able to deliver on all of this. Because a lot of it sounds really good, really promising. I am looking forward to seeing how combat's going to feel. That's going to be a big one, because the moment-to-moment gameplay for myself and for a lot of people really, you know, influences how much we want to play. And as much as, you know, we might like some of the lore and things like that, if getting from point A to point B just doesn't feel good, and it's just going to be reading lore, well, we can always just go to UESP for that, you know. So seeing that they're doing, you know, Dragon Knight, Werewolf, Two-Hand, you know, if that's done well and it makes, you know, a drastic improvement on the way combat feels and overland difficulty, assuming that, you know, you don't want every skeever you come across to kill you necessarily, but assuming that the difficulty feels good to make it, you know, engaging to go and do things, this has you know, a lot of potential to make even just going back and trying to get some of these quests done, because, you know, as I've stated, I'm quite behind.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm running through these base game zones trying to do these quests, and it's like, oh, look, I'm fighting 5 things at once. Okay, I'm done with that. Alright, there's the next mob of 5 that's in my way between here and there. I'm done with that. And it's just so quick. And it just, you know, I don't mind being able to kind of overpower certain things, but the quest should feel, it's like watching a movie where, you know, the good guys and the bad guys are at these constant struggles, but the good guys just never really were at any real threat of losing. It doesn't feel as engaging to watch, and I don't ever feel like I have any real threat, you know, going through. And you know, questing's not meant to be super difficult. Right. I get that, but when you first start the game, questing is a little more difficult. You know, it's not super hard, but it's like, you know, I kind of have to learn to do some things, and you know, it's at a point now where I swing my two-handed weapon a few times without even using skills, and everything just dies. So
see, I'm the opposite. I love that. I love that I can just be like, I've spent time in this game, everything dies.
Yeah, that's why I said I think, you know, you don't want. It
depends on the person.
Yeah. You don't want everything.
See, I have different builds depending upon how I feel at the time. Like, if I want to just kill everything, I have a build just for everything to melt. If I want to, like, slowly actually feel like I'm fighting something, there's a build for that. Like, the armory system is great. You can just
run it naked,
make something and choose it. And
right.
No. No. But otherwise, yes.
Yeah, I don't want... I'm not saying that I want everything I fight to feel like a boss. And there aren't times that, if I'm trying to just go farm XP, sure. So I think if it's an optional thing you can turn on and off somehow, that's going to be good. But there are bosses in the quest, and sometimes they're dead so quick that you didn't even hear all their dialogue.
I will say, in the DLCs lately and in the content lately, that has adjusted a little bit. But the way around it is mechanics. It's not necessarily the difficulty of the boss itself, but it's the mechanics that are required, and it makes you stop. You can't burn them.
Right. Yeah, that's how.
Does no? I was soloing the one that one world boss over in Solstice the other day, because no one else was around. I'm like, I know the mechanics. Let's just do it. But I was going too fast, and it's like, damn it, we gotta slow down. Gotta slow down, or I'm gonna get killed by those dang turtles. You gotta pay attention. It's one of those, they're not necessarily harder, but if you're not following the different mechanics to it, it's like a puzzle. It's like an active puzzle while you're in combat. That's actually exactly what it is. It's a puzzle. And if you're not paying attention to the different bits of the puzzle while you're working your way through it, you're gonna die. It's gonna be hard. But if you pay attention and you work your way through in the right order, it's not. It just might be a bit of a grind.
Right.
Did y'all happen to catch under the what's in a season, some of the things that could be in a season? There's kind of some big ones in there.
Yep.
New zone, new class.
Yep.
They said it, not me.
Yep.
So that's pretty exciting, and that being content that is not going to be at a cost.
Wait, where does it say new class?
What's in a season? New gameplay content. This could include a new zone, storyline, or quest line, class, skill line, or system.
No, class skill line, or is there a comma? Where is it at?
There is a comma. Under the gold heading, what's in a season. Pretty close to the top. Seasons have changed, then what's in a season.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it could. I think they're looking long term. But it's interesting because in the actual I guess that is a what is a season below that.
Yeah.
Like the graphic below that, it's not listed there. That's why I asked.
Yeah, no, it's not saying it's coming this season, but just that there could be a season that, includes a new class.
They could put whatever they want in there, so yeah, for sure.
But that'll be, if that's content that comes with a season, that's content you don't have to pay for. So
correct.
Everybody will have access to
a new class
if it releases. They also touched on that everything is going to be releasing simultaneously now.
Yep. No 2-week stagger.
Yep. And that paired with them saying that they want players to be able to enjoy the content at the same time, that removing the paywall barriers to that stuff.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, you do. A lot of that feels like it's also just helping set framework for things that crossplay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Susan mentioned it. She said it.
Yep.
She said they were trying to prep for it. So these are all steps.
Nick had a whole post about it in the ESO forums a few months ago already.
Yep.
That they were actively working on it. So.
Yeah. But they said, I forget where it was, but that some of the changes could find their way into PTS this year. I'm not exactly sure how that works because crossplay involves things other than PC, and we don't have.
It's probably just
PTS.
checking the servers and moving those characters to a different server and then moving them back, and how well it affects everything.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was just gonna say. My guess would be they'll test like a cross save versus a cross queue, stuff like that.
But that's just a guess.
That's not confirmed. That's just a guess on our part.
Yeah, but I think it's sooner than later. I think it's going to be pretty soon.
I still think it's going to be 2027.
It might be. I mean, but the fact that in some form we may have that stuff working its way in is still exciting. So.
Yep.
Who's closest without going over? Never says 2026. Crazy says 2027. I say 2028.
Oh,
$1, Bob.
I absolutely think
Ryman test 6 or crossplay first.
Crossplay.
Crossplay first.
I don't know, guys.
Wait. TSO 6, Elder Scrolls 6, crossplay, or Elder Scrolls mini TV series. Which one's happening first?
Crossplay. I could be very, very wrong, but I have no doubt that by next year it's there.
Ryman says, I haven't been
don't hurt your brain.
Yet.
We can just move on to the next
I know. I'm torn because I have reasons for both, but yeah.
There was something that was said about 2026 being a big year for games, ending with the number 6 or something.
Well, yeah, that's not even what I was thinking of.
I saw that somebody else said that in relation to Elder Scrolls 6. That's why I mentioned that. But I think the big one there is GTA. But anyway, there's a lot to digest with the season stuff. I think it looks good so far with what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yep. I'm excited. I think seasons are. We're all huffing opium at this point. That's what Ryman said. We're hoping so much.
Yes.
We're all on the skooma, hoping that it gets here sooner rather than later. Yeah.
All right.
Gosh.
You ready?
Sure. Let's
ready to talk about ESO Plus.
Let's do it.
All right. Get more value out of ESO Plus with new and improved benefits. Seasons are coming to the Elder Scrolls Online, and with them, additional ESO Plus membership benefits. With the arrival of Seasons, ESO is undergoing some massive changes. You'll be able to play new content from Seasons entirely free, and the arrival of Tamriel Tomes in the Gold Coast Bazaar offer new ways to earn and unlock free and premium rewards. And with all these exciting changes, ESO Plus will continue to provide great value and enhance your game experience. As more comes to the base game, and with the addition of Tamriel Tomes, we took this opportunity to make ESO Plus even more rewarding, so you can enjoy these features even further. You'll receive new bonuses to the existing player experience, as well as enhancements to the new Tamriel Tome system, including a way to earn a Premium Plus Bonuses tome every year at no additional cost. Below, you'll find a summary of the upcoming changes to your ESO Plus membership with Update 49 on March 9th for all platforms. Tokens and Tomes. Premium Tome tokens. Starting in 2026, every time you begin or renew a membership period, you'll receive a number of Premium Tome tokens equal to the number of months in that membership. For example, if you started a new 6-month membership or an existing membership renewed for another 6 months, you will immediately receive 6 premium tokens. When you have accumulated 12 premium tokens, you can spend them to immediately unlock a Premium Plus Bonuses Tamriel Tome at no additional cost through the upgrade tome page in-game. Existing ESO Plus members can benefit from this immediately. If you continue, start, or renew a membership anytime this year, you'll get Tome Premium tokens and caches of Tome points, more on those below, for every month of membership in 2026 delivered when Seasons go live later this year. Tamriel Tomes points. ESO Plus already offers a boost of 10% to various progressions in currencies including experience, crafting inspiration, gold drops, and more. Adding to this helpful convenience comes a new boost for your Tamriel Tome, a 10% increase to Tamriel Tome points earned. Rewards in Tamriel Tomes are redeemed with these points, meaning ESO Plus allows you to unlock what you want faster. Additionally, for each month included in your membership period, you'll receive a cache of tome points, including 2,000 tome points in each, which you can open at your discretion to apply to a currently active tome of your choice. This could allow you to immediately claim rewards from a new tome at the start of the season, or help you save up for something of high value. For example, if you join ESO Plus with a 6-month membership, when that period begins, you receive 6 caches of tome points that you can use during any season for any tome available. Beyond the limits. For a long time, ESO Plus membership has helped players to exceed certain game limits, and with Update 49, these restrictions are getting pulled even further out of the way. Transmutation crystal capacity. In this case of transmutation crystals, capacity for carrying this currency for all players has tripled. The base capacity for all players is now 1,500 crystals. However, with ESO Plus membership, you can carry a whopping 3,000 transmutation crystals, enough to transmute the trade on gear from every equipment slot 5 times over. Housing furnishing limits. Similarly, the furnishing limits of non-manor houses are increasing significantly. With Update 49, the capacity increases for each size of house varies. But every house receives at least 25 additional furnishings to fit in, or, if you have ESO Plus Premium membership, 50 additional furnishings. Additionally, all homes within the categories of Staple, Classic, or Manor are being unified in their furnishing capacity. Some homes that were Staple or Classic have been bumped up to a larger category, granting even more capacity on top of these changes. Antiquity lead times. We've also given antiquity lead timers some quality of life attention. You can now retain higher quality leads for longer, up to 180 days for the rarest among them. Those durations are doubled for ESO Plus members. Thank you for being a member. We appreciate every single ESO Plus player and every ESO player and every ESO Plus member, and are grateful that you're choosing to spend your time in Tamriel. We've been hard at work bringing this new seasonal model to ESO, and these changes to ESO Plus are just a small part of what we've been doing to improve the game's quality of life, playable content, and unlockable rewards. We can't wait for you to get your hands on what's coming in March and beyond. These changes to ESO Plus will arrive with Update 49 launch on March 9th, with Season 0 and the first Tamriel Tome coming after on April 2nd.
I like these changes. I think people have been asking for getting some more value out of Plus for a while, and I am so happy that they've been able to make some of these adjustments, like the housing one. That's, like, I'm stoked about that. The housing, the transmutes, and the antiquity lead times, sign me up.
Especially the antiquity leads, because there's so many times where I'm just, like, gone, and, like, gone that long from when I get it to when I can get back to my system, where it's like, well, damn it.
I think I do remember seeing somewhere that this article says that for the non-manor houses, so the largest houses aren't getting the increase, but they are.
That is correct.
Potentially.
They're not getting it yet.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah, it is something that they are still looking at. So, it feels like for a long time that kind of seemed like, nope, not going to happen. Nope, not going to happen. But a lot of not going to happen seems to be things that they're now saying, we're working on it.
Well, remember when they did a major hardware update in the last 2 years?
Right.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Also, it probably couldn't have happened with going past what the largest one is at, but the other ones probably could be brought up to speed, and that's why it's just the large one that they're not doing right now.
Right.
Which is fair.
Agreed.
So we'll just see what happens. But, a small change is a good change.
They're talking about, going back to like the Dragon Knight changes and two-hand changes, and they're doing animation refreshes and things like that. So a lot of it could come down to that, maybe they're finding ways to refine some of the code, so it's not quite as intensive on the system. But either way, it's good to see that these things are going up. The transmute crystal thing, that's nice too. I mean, even for free players, what was the limit before? It was 500. Was it 250? Or
yep, I think.
Or was it?
I don't know because I've always had ESO Plus.
Well, but the current limit was an increase over the original number. So it's 500 now. 500 or 1,000. Was it 250 and 500 before?
For furnishings?
No, transmutes.
Oh, transmutes. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was 500 and 1,000.
Well, that's what it is right now. But it was less than that before. The 500 and 1,000 was an increase.
Yeah, with ESO Plus, it's just the increase to 1,000. Otherwise, it's 500.
Right. Prior to this, though, it was less than that for both. I think it may have been 250 and 500.
No, it's at what it's always been at, but now it's going to triple. It's going to go to 1,500 for non-ESO Plus and 3,000 for ESO
This will be the second time it's increased. Anyway, either way.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. But either way, 500 for those that aren't on ESO Plus is not terribly difficult to hit.
No, that's very quick, especially if you do Cyrodiil.
Yeah, and so 1,500 is a substantial increase. And if you don't have all of your sticker book stuff unlocked for some of the sets and like dungeons that you want to go back and remake or whatever, you can burn through that 500 pretty quick. And since you can't go over that, can make it a little hard to do. But 1,500 is plenty to even for a non-ESO Plus member to craft a full set of armor without any real issue. So
yeah, if that's the second increase we've had, I definitely don't remember the first one, so apologies on that. That's why I was really confused. I was like, what? No, that's not a thing. So sorry about that. I did not remember that.
I'm trying to remember the first increase, but my brain just is leaping past it to when they were introduced.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I cannot confirm or deny either one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back through, because there's a graphic that talks about actual, and I don't think it was in any of these articles, but it was one that they showed from the actual live stream. Player experience improvements coming in update 49, and this kind of breaks down everything that we've talked about or summarizes it. Mounts for gold, brand new for gold, 16 shifting to stable masters that were previously unavailable with gold. Vampire, werewolf, cures, removed from the crown store, adding quest starter for vampire, werewolf. Cures will be 0 crowns, and increasing the number of in-world NPCs and shrines available for both of those. Mimic stones and outfit tokens are no longer sold individually for crowns. Bank and bag cost reductions, reduced gold and crown cost for upgrades. Guild trader listing gets restored to 30-day listing window. This one we haven't talked about at all, and I'm stoked. Hide X. Now you will be able to hide your chest, waist, legs, hands, and feet. Yes! Respec skills and attributes in your UI. Reduce friction and allow players to experiment on builds for free. Upgrade the bag in your UI directly, reduce friction and better inform the players. Zone guide improvements, choose what you're going to track versus just doing things quote-unquote in order. Longer antiquity lead times, which we just mentioned. ESO Plus timers will also be doubled and increased duration for higher difficulties of these. Quicker crafting research, lower timers across the board for everything. Treasure maps, reworked to improve the user experience. Increased furnishing limits, new tiers, increasing limits on all non-notables, and ESO Plus users are going to get extra. That's what we were just discussing. Increased transmute crystal limits as well. Tripled transmute limit caps, 1,500 for non-ESO plus and 3,000 for ESO plus. Faster mount training. You get 3 upgrades to a single stat at once, not just one. Account-wide outfit slots. Slots account-wide. Appearance will be tied to your character. Guild name repping. Players can show their guild name without wearing their tabard. Stoked on that one. And then now back bar experience gain. So both bars will earn experience equally rather than having to flip back and forth when you're turning in stuff. That is a lot of improvement. Those are a lot of things that are quality of life things. That is crazy to me.
So, back bar experience gain. You can just put on so many useless skill lines on your back bar. Where if you're running Soul,
I was going to say if you're running Oaken Soul, you can just do whatever you want.
And just do whatever you want. Just be like, yeah, I'm going to level up this specific two-handed skill, this resto skill, this dual wield skill, and you know what? Maybe let's throw on a DK skill just because I never want to use it, but just in case.
And subclassing, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Subclassing skills, too. You can just throw them all on the back bar and then just turn stuff in and wearing Oaken Soul. Okay.
If you wear Oaken Soul, would you actually get the XP, though? Does it not just block off that back bar?
Nope, that back bar is still there. You just can't swap to it.
Yep.
That'll, have to test that.
Okay.
Oh, I plan on it.
We can. Yeah, I'm super stoked about some of these. The hiding chest, waist, chest, waist, legs, hands, and feet. That's something that everybody's been asking for ages. And it came out in the Guild Summit. And it's so amazing to see some of these things that people have been asking for so long actually being potential improvements that are coming in Update 49. And same with the guild name repping. Like, we were told guild tabards, like you said, so many things that'll never happen are suddenly happening. Like the guild name repping, it was, nope, you're always gonna have to wear your tabard, and everybody's like, but it makes my outfit ugly because I want to be able to have the lore seekers thing above my head, but I don't want to wear this thing over my clothes all the time. So I kind of love this. I'm so excited about some of this stuff.
I heard an interesting idea about putting your guild logos and stuff on like a shield and things like that. It'd be kind of cool. So some of the big things to me that they're changing, I'm glad you brought it up because I'd kind of forgot about it because none of these articles so far touched on it. Removing the vampire stuff and the werewolf stuff
from the Crown Store.
Yes.
They knew it was yucky.
Yeah. You know, here's a thing that you can totally just have happen by fighting werewolves for free in the game that you already own, or you can have another player just give you a bite, and if you want, you can throw some gold at them. But you can also, we'll just throw it up there on the screen in front of you and advertise it to you with a discount and hope that you spend your actual money on it. That's gross, and they're taking that out. That's a very good move. I think it really feels to me like they have finally tried to go in a more consumer-friendly route, more player, focused on the player and less on, some of that other stuff. And hopefully that mindset and that attitude continues, because that helps build a lot of goodwill between your players when they feel like they're not being treated like a ATM.
Yep. Alright, now I don't think it's going to be stackable treasure maps, but I do, well, sort of, in a way. I think I would not be surprised if they end up in envelopes, just like the other stuff that we now have, to try and help out.
That would technically be stackable, but I was hoping more so, they're easier to read. Just improve the graphics of them so you don't need to use a wayfinder or something in order to find it. That's what I
actually think is going to happen. So since it just says rework to improve user experience, I think it's going to be like sky shards, where when you get near them, they're going to show up.
Yeah, just something else that will make it easier.
A map pin, just to make it easier for people who can't run add-ons. So like all the people that are still on the last gen consoles, Even though I'm not sure how many of those there are at this point, honestly. But I think that could be more along the lines of what it is. But in my heart, I wish that it would be like treasure map envelopes that would stack. I don't know if that will actually happen, though. I want to say one thing really quick without getting into the weeds on this show, because I brought it up on the other show. But we talked about overland difficulty, and this is like a lore-friendly thing, really quick, in some ways. I said, wouldn't it be crazy if you unlocked overland difficulty or could do overland difficulty after having done the Westweald questline with Athelia, and the way that you did it was by using the loom. So you could basically go back and replay content or play overland content that you had done at an increased difficulty by taking a different thread of fate.
That's a fun lore way to explain it happening.
Yeah. I was like, it would work so well from a lore perspective. And the other thing too is, what if when you completed it, like, and you came back, you know, it's like nothing else has changed, because just like the stuff with Athelia, like nobody remembers it or nobody knows about it, which would also give you replayability. So you could do it again, because what if the thread is different? Or what if your path is different? I was just thinking about that, and it randomly came to me when we were doing our recap of this for the Lore Seekers show, and it was just like one of those things where it made my mind go in 70,000 different directions, and we don't have to get like in the weeds with it, but I just thought it would be kind of a fun lore description, and it gives Athelia like some purpose other than her story, and then her just, you know, I won't give spoilers just in case, because that's content is not that old, but I just thought it could be a fun way to reason overland difficulty with lore.
Even back you up more on that, it would give even more reason to allow people to go to Fargrave more frequently.
Also that was something else that I thought
just
as well.
Just to back you up on that.
Just to back up the other fun part of the things that we're learning about coming in Update 49, it would make sense for the night market.
Mm-hmm.
And then part of me goes, I'm going to die if that's what actually happens. I don't think that they will. I really don't think that's how it's going to do. That's not how it's going to track. But I did have a moment of like, wouldn't that be cool if? Wouldn't it be neat if you could go and you could, you know, you basically interact with the loom, and when you interact with the loom, it says, what do you want to do, or where do you want to go, and what difficulty do you want? Or
and it wouldn't be too much of a change difference, because like you do it with the loom, and that kind of already existed with choosing your own path back when we were on Belfoy.
Yep.
Right.
And
so
and the crazy thing is, you could go to a different instance then, right? It could be like a way to instance you into that additional or harder content. I don't know. There's a lot that could be done with it. Yeah.
Because it's a cute little lore thing, but also by choosing the different text option, you are technically clicking a thing that would transport your character to a different instant where things could be different.
Correct. Just
you
like
said we weren't going to go into the weeds, but this is fun.
We're done. We can talk about that later. I don't know, but yeah.
No, now we need to leap into the Dragonite.
Well, do you want to? Because did you see how long that is? We've already been running for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, we're going.
Okay.
We're doing it. This is going to be our longest show, right?
Okay.
Second longest show?
Probably. We had that one PTS show when we first started that was like 3.5 hours long.
We can switch this one every gold bit.
Sure. Let's go.
Okay.
Who left off?
Well, Gwen read the last one. Like,
so that means it's That means it's you.
I guess so. So we're gonna switch every gold. Okay. Yeah. All right. If you're with us still, hit pause go to the restroom, grab yourself a drink, get a snack, and then come back and hit play. If you're not, if you're live, you can't do that. But this is going to be a long one. Leaping into the Dragon Knight class refresh. Delve into the earthen heart of major changes and improvements coming to the Dragon Knight class. ESO's combat team has returned to provide an update on the ongoing class refresh work. Specifically, they're taking you through the Dragon Knight changes you can expect to find in Update 49. Going live for all platforms on March 9th. Part patch notes, part developer deep dive. This breakdown delves into the team's thought processes behind almost every change to the Dragon Knight. Be warned, this is a long read. Hi everybody, as we've mentioned in our class refresh announcement, in an effort to modernize ESO's classes, address overall combat balance, improve look and feel, and alleviate the subclassing concerns, changes are coming to the class system. The first class we're looking at is the Dragon Knight. As developers, we look at design from the perspective of problem spaces, which identify issues that need to be solved. We can identify these spaces through metrics, player feedback, surveys, our own playthroughs, etc. Through this process, we come up with solutions to any identified problem spaces in the form of designs, which lead to what you get in the game.
I'm logging back in because even though I just moved my camera, it decided now is the time to log me out.
I find that it works better to just press circle.
I know, I did that a few times too. That's the crazy thing. Alright, Dragon Knight size problems, other than me logging back in because it's still broadcasting our audio. Based on your feedback, surveys, and in-game metrics, we have identified the following problem spaces to address within the Dragon Knight class. Dragon Knights are currently portrayed as powerful attrition warriors, but they lack the distinct ability and functionality that helps bring this experience to life. Give me 2 seconds. Traveling to you now. Dragon Knights, yes. As an extension of this, the Dragon Knights damage over time effects are built the same as any other class, making gameplay across classes feel somewhat homogenized. This is a global issue, and it especially hurts Dragon Knights. Playing as a Dragon Knight can often feel swingy in combat moments with their ultimates and passives, which allow them to come back from the brink. While this is a satisfying experience in some cases, such as Battle Roar, we want this to be a more central part of the Dragon Knight's rhythm in combat, where it builds up to deliver eruptive, punctuated experiences like a volcano would. Skill lines are mostly focused on specific roles, while core functions are also split up. This makes Dragon Knights suffer while subclassing compared to a class like Arcanist or Necromancer, and it makes their lines less desirable to subclass into. For example, Burning Talons is locked behind an otherwise damage-weak skill line, making it less optimal options and to take despite being an iconic form of damage over time to the class. Dragon Knights are significantly less effective and differentiated in the support role, lacking the core tools in their kit, as well as a distinct gameplay experience for the role. One of the major goals of the class refresh is making sure each class skill line offers something big and impactful for each role.
Dragon Knight solutions. To tackle the issues we mentioned above, we're looking to make the following high-level adjustments. Drive home the sensation of attrition by introducing ramping effects such as the Avalanche passive or the new engulfing Dragonfire effect, which gets stronger as you persist in active combat. To capture that feeling of building and erupting power, combat should reinforce rotations and a cycle with more clearly represented highs and lows. Dragon Knights will have more nuanced effects that drive their identity. They'll offer unique abilities or twists that other classes lack to make them stand out contextually, such as unique damage over time functionalities with their own durations and damage values. Improve the dispersion of role functionality among the Dragon Knight skill lines. Each skill line should offer something meaningful for your role, while simultaneously making you pause to trade in one of those skill lines for another in the context of subclassing. Introduce more abilities and passives that aid in carving a niche in the support role, with effects like Protect the Brood. previously Dragonfire scale, which gives ranged damage reduction to nearby group members. These high-level principles inform the more granular adjustments you'll see below from skill line to skill line and ability to ability.
Upcoming adjustments. Skill line shuffle. In light of subclassing, we've decided to look at skill line ability and passive distribution more closely than we have before. There are currently two distinct models of building skill lines for classes. A role-centric model, Necromancer, Arcanist, most of the Warden, and one that focuses on theme or identity, the original 4 classes, with some exceptions, such as the Nightblade's Assassination. Prior to subclassing, there was a strong internal sentiment that the newer class model of role-specific skill lines was a more successful system for newer players, building more digestible experiences and building more modular buckets that could be more easily compared and balanced to one another. With subclassing, however, this model introduced a slew of challenges and imbalances where now the ideal way to play would involve picking a role-specific line from every class. This created a sense that it was largely ineffective to stay true to your class, and that the power differences between those who do and do not was larger than any other build permutations before. This also hurt and exasperated an already existing problem space of class identity, feeling like it took a back seat to gameplay. As such, we'll be adjusting skill lines to follow a more theme and identity-focused model as we work on each class, where we blend a healthy mix of tools and effects for every role in each. It is our hope that every skill line will offer something you can use regardless of your role, while simultaneously spreading out the power that makes a class come to life and drive home the sensation that staying true to your class is also a much more viable and distinct option. Here's an outline of what each of the skills will look like for the Dragon Knight. A crossed out name means that ability or passive has moved, while originally X denotes a renamed or reworked effect. The movement of these abilities and passives does indeed change which abilities and passives interact with one another, or even other effects like class sets, so keep this in the back of your mind too. We've also made adjustments to the movement of these abilities to ensure any previous progression is retained when an ability moves, and we will continue this effort through the class refresh. Ardent Flame, Dragon Knight Standard, Lava Whip, Searing Strike, Fiery Breath, Core of Flame, originally Inhale, Fiery Grip, Hearthfire, originally Ash Cloud, Inferno, passives, Combustion, Traumatic Burns, originally Warmth, Fan the Flames, originally Searing Heat, and World in Ruin, A Soul Ablaze, originally Burning Heart. Draconic Power, Dragon Leap, Spiked Armor, Dragon Fire, originally Fiery Breath, Dark Talons, Dragon Blood, Wing Buffet, not Buffet for those that are reading, originally Protective Scale. It's pronounced Buffet. It's noted there in the comment. Inhale, Chains of Flame, originally Fiery Grip. Passives, Burnished Scales, originally Iron Skin. Burning Heart, World in Ruin. Elder Dragon, Scaled Armor, the Storm Voice, originally Battle Roar. Earthen Heart, Magma Armor, Superheated Ward, originally Stonefist. Molten Weapons, Obsidian Shield, Petrify, Ash Cloud, Earth Spike Mantle, originally Spiked Armor. Passives, Eternal Mountain, Heart of Stone, originally Scaled Armor. Battle Roar, Avalanche. Blessing at the Peak, originally Mountain's Blessing. Mountain Giant, originally Helping Hands. Additional changes and improvements. We've also made a series of additional tweaks, fixes, and improvements to the Dragon Knight class. New visual and sound effects to every single Dragon Knight ability. Updated animations for the following Dragon Knight abilities. Some of these are completely new, while others are polished to existing animations. Dragon Knight Standard and its morphs. Lava Whip and its morphs, including the specialized version that makes you do a sick flip. Searing Claw and its morphs. They also now alternate from right and left variant as you cast the ability. Core of Flame, originally Inhale and its morphs. Hearthfire, originally Ash Cloud and its morphs. Inferno and its morphs. Dragon Leap and its morphs. Dragonfire Breath, originally Fiery Breath and its morphs. The Engulfing Dragonfire morph also gets a special variant animation to denote the spicy morph change. Dark Talons and its morphs. Dragon Blood and its morphs. Get pumped, full of blood. Wing Buffet, originally Protective Scale and its morphs. Cue the food jokes. Chains of Flame, originally Fiery Grip and its morphs. The Chains of Devastation morph also gets a fancy unique animation to differentiate it. Magma Armor and its morphs. Superheated Ward, originally Stone Fist and its morphs. Molten Weapons and its morphs. It also applies a unique weapon appearance for the caster that looks absolutely fire. Obsidian Shield and its morphs. Petrify and its morphs. Earth Spike Mantle, originally Spiked Armor and its morphs. Added cool new flavor text to all of the passive abilities in the Dragon Knight skill lines. Renamed Mini Dragon Knight abilities to better align with their functionality and overall lore. All sources of poison damage have been updated to flame damage in the Dragon Knight kit. These changes were made to better focus on the core fantasy of the Dragon Knight, where many affixes didn't work, synergize, or coherently mesh with poison across the entire kit. We'll be reintroducing poison damage elsewhere in the game with other class refreshes, where it fits into the overall theme of said class rather than being tacked on.
Specific Dragon Knight ability changes. For Update 49, we made the following changes to the Dragon Knight skill lines and abilities. These details are typically found in the patch notes, but we wanted to delve a little deeper and share more of our thoughts surrounding each change with you. Ardent Flame, the Dragon Knight Standard. This ultimate and Standard of Might morph no longer deal damage to enemies inside or apply major defile. Instead, these ultimates grant you and up to 11 allies standing in the area increased weapon and spell damage, 375, and reduced damage taken, 12%. Note this effect cannot stack. Standard of Might. This morph significantly increases these bonuses for the caster of the ultimate and adds 425 weapon or spell damage and 13% reduced damage taken in addition to the base. Shifting Standard. This morph continues to work as originally designed, dealing damage and applying major defile rather than new functionality. Lava Whip. This ability now becomes Volcanic Whip for 7.9 seconds after it damages an off-balance enemy. The time window activation can occur only once every 20 seconds. Volcanic Whip costs half as much, deals 33.3% more damage, and deals its damage in a 5-meter radius around the original target. This change was made to help introduce the Flame Lash morph gameplay element sooner, while also making the window of interaction with off-balance less restrictive. You now get a guaranteed window of time after hitting the off-balance target, rather than being forced to drop everything you're doing while the off-balance is active. These abilities no longer set immobilized or stunned enemies off balance. We've sourced off balance on a new passive you'll read about later in a different skill line. Flame Lash. This morph now deals you any time the ability deals damage this morph now heals you anytime the ability deals damage rather than only when the Power Lash version is active. This morph sees the same changes to activating Power Lash as the base ability does. Molten Whip. This morph continues to rework the ability into a more self-contained building effect, focused on a high single-target burst damage. It remains split in cost of magicka and stamina, but now generates stacks when using any DK ability other than itself, instead of only building off the Ardent Flame abilities. This should make the build-up more rewarding while using a more Dragon Knight ability-heavy rotation and feeling more organic and rhythmic to use. Adjusted the stack bonus to 33% per stack, up from 20%, but reduced the duration to 10 seconds down from 15 to account for the new ability timers. Searing Strike. This ability and its morphs now last for 10 seconds, down from 20 seconds, but deal 50% more damage per second to make up for their shorter duration. Venomous Claw. This morph has been reworked to now Searing Claw, which deals flame damage instead of poison. It retains a stamina morph that increases damage per tick, which has been increased to match the same power increase with the shorter duration. Burning Embers. The heal from this morph now scales off max health rather than damage done, to offer a more helpful tool for tanks to gain some staying power in combat. Core of Flame. This ability and its morphs no longer deal damage instantly or heal for damage caused. These abilities now restore 15% of your missing magicka and stamina 3 times over 4 seconds. They continue to deal damage around you after your duration ends. Soul of Flame, originally Deep Breath. This morph continues to add an interrupt on the initial activation, but now interrupts after a 350 millisecond delay instead of instantly, for better visual syncing and counterplay. This morph also continues to increase the damage of the explosion, which is increased to 33 bonus, up from 25. Heart of Flame, originally Draw Essence. This morph now heals you for 15% of your missing health each tick. It no longer adds magicka when damaging enemies, as that function of resource recovery is now a part of the base ability. Hearthfire. This ability in the original Cinderstorm morph now grant minor fortitude and heroism to allies inside the area, rather than slowing enemies' movement speed by 70%. We increase the radius up to 8 meters from 5 meters on all versions of the ability. Firekeeper, originally Cinderstorm. This morph continues to increase the healing effectiveness by 50%, but now only does so if the caster is inside the AoE. To make up for this, however, it also causes minor fortitude and heroism to stick to allies for 15 seconds after being healed. Hearth and Home, originally Eruption. This morph no longer reworks the ability into a damaging effect, but instead remains a healing effect. This morph continues to reduce enemy movement speed in the area by 70%. The morph now also grants the caster major protection while inside the area to help the ability be more valuable to tanks. Inferno. This ability and the Flames of Oblivion morph now fire a massive wave of flame in an 8-meter radius, rather than firing a limited number of fireballs to the enemies in a 15-meter radius. This removes the original target cap of the abilities. We increased cost to 4,050 per activation, up from 2,160 to account for the new area melting potential. We reduced the chance of applying the burning status effect to 5%, down from 10 to account for the change. Incinerate, which is originally Flames of Oblivion. This morph now deals 10% more damage and has a 15% base chance of applying burning, now that the morph can no longer increase the target count. Combustion. This passive now grants you 112 magicka and stamina at rank 1 and 225 at rank 2 when applying burning with the Ardent Flame ability slotted with a 1-second cooldown, rather than a 211 magicka and stamina at rank 1 and 423 at rank 2 when applying burning or poison with a 3-second cooldown. This passive no longer increases the damage done by burning or poisoned. The burning part has moved to a different passive and has been improved. Dramatic Burns, originally Warmth. This passive now causes enemies you've damaged with direct Ardent Flame ability to take 5% increased flame damage while reducing their movement speed by 15% at rank 1 and 30% at rank 2 for 5 seconds, rather than increasing your damage over time effects against them by 3% at rank 1 and 6% at rank 2, and reducing their movement speed by 15% at rank 1 and 30% at rank 2 for 3 seconds. This is now where the old Engulfing Flames effect lives, and it should be easier to keep up. Fan the Flames, originally Searing Heat. This passive now increases your chance of applying burning by 25% at rank 1, 50% at rank 2, and the damage it does by 12% at rank 1 and 25% at rank 2. These values increase by 5% at rank 1 and 10% at rank 2 and 2% at rank 1 and 5% at rank 2 per DK ability slotted. This passive no longer extends the duration or heat of some of your Ardent Flame abilities. A Soul Ablaze, originally Burning Heart. This passive now increases healing taken at all times by 4% at rank 1 and 8% at rank 2, rather than 4% and 9% when meeting certain conditions.
Draconic Power. Dragon Leap. We rebuilt how this ability handles the movement aspect under the hood to be more modern, fixing numerous inconsistencies compared to other movement abilities in unique bug cases. We fixed numerous issues with the knockback being desynced from the actual damage impact, which should also make it easier to counteract the CC effects as an opponent. This ability and the Take Flight morph now deal flame damage rather than physical damage. We reduced the damage of the ability by 16% to account for the damage change, as there are numerous ways to amplify this effect back to similar or higher values. Take Flight. This morph now fills you with Draconic Fury for 15 seconds after activation, which increases your damage done by 10% and doubles against monsters. This morph no longer extends the range or reduces the cost. We decrease the base damage by 19% to account for other potential damage increases. Ferocious Leap. This morph now instantly applies the damage shield for 10 seconds instead of applying it after a delay for 6 seconds. Increase the potency by 4%. This morph now knocks enemies up rather than away, to make it more tank friendly so they can control the fight rather than disrupt it. Depending upon feedback, we may make this change to crowd control a universal one, as there's value in many cases to have it be less disruptive. The only reason we haven't so far is because it takes away some of the badass feeling of crashing down like a dragon and pushing foes back in all directions. Let us know your thoughts. Dragon Fire Breath, originally Fiery Breath. Decrease the duration to 10 seconds, down from 20 seconds, and increase the damage per second by 50%. This ability is now a stamina ability at its base. Disintegrating Dragon Fire, originally Nauseous Breath. This morph now deals fire damage rather than poison damage. It remains a stamina ability and continues to add major breach, while applying the respective status effect, now burning, to all enemies affected by the initial hit. Engulfing Dragon Fire, originally Engulfing Flames. This morph is now the rework morph, which costs magicka instead of stamina. This morph now channels the flame attack in front of you over 4.8 seconds and deals 20% increased damage when it hits an enemy, up to once every second, and up to a maximum of 80%. While Take Flight is active, this deals maximum damage. The damage is considered direct damage. For being called a Dragon Knight, the class has always been missing the most iconic feeling of being a dragon, unleashing unabated flame upon their foes with a channeled flame breath. We also realize that many of our players have expressed the desire to enter the game at a slower pace, and as if we introduced similar attacks into higher levels of play with heavy attack builds and Fate Carver, we want to make sure there are more flavors to this experience, each with their own distinctions in how you build and play. This morph won't be bringing the same heat as either of those builds alone, but it should help take some pressure off constantly needing to press down the gas pedal buttons. Dark Talons. No major changes to note outside of patch notes. This one just looks cooler and should look a little less buggy when used against immobilize immune targets. Dragon Blood. This ability and the green Dragon Blood morph now heal based on your max health and increase based on your missing health, rather than scaling exclusively off your missing health. This should make them more reliable and comparable to other self-heals. They'll still be weaker at higher health though compared to other abilities like it. Blood of the Green Dragon, originally Green Dragon Blood. This morph has just a slight name change. Blood of the Elder Dragon, originally Coagulating Blood. This morph continues to change the heal scaling to offensive stats. It now also heals allies within 10 meters of you for 2/3 of the original scaling. It also grants Minor Courage and Minor Fortitude to any healed target, instead of just Major Fortitude to you. Support builds may like this one. Wing Buffet. Originally Protective Scale. This ability, in the Protective Plate morph, now knock enemies within 6 meters of you back 4 meters after a slight delay. These abilities continue to reduce your damage taken from ranged and projectile attacks by 50% for 60 seconds after activating. These abilities now grant Major Expedition, moved from Fiery Grip, for 4 seconds after activating as well. Let those wings unfurl. Bleat Step Wings, originally Protective Plate. This morph just has a name change. Protect the Brood, originally Dragonfire Scale. This morph has been reworked to be a support morph. It no longer deals flame damage back to attackers while active and sacrifices the new area knockback on activation. This morph grants group members within 12 meters 25% reduced damage taken from projectiles for 6 seconds and adds minor protection for 20 seconds to you and your group members affected. It continues to grant you Major Expedition as well. Note that this effect cannot stack with itself or any other version of the range damage reduction. Chains of Flame, originally Fiery Grip. This ability and its morphs damage now always applies burning. For more synergistic gameplay with other parts of the Dragon Knight kit, we added a new special sound effect to the act of successfully pulling enemies, helping dial up the satisfaction of controlling your foes. This ability and the Unrelenting Grip morph now apply Major Cowardice for 10 seconds to the enemy, rather than granting you Major Expedition for 4 seconds to make them more effective for tanks. Chains of Domination, originally Unrelenting Grip, increases the duration of Major Cowardice to 15 seconds to match taunt timers. Continues to refund the ability if the target is not pulled. Chains of Devastation. This morph now grants Major Evasion for 10 seconds after activating to help you shrug off some of the damage you may receive for diving headfirst into combat. We increased the duration of the Major Berserk to 6 seconds, up from 4, to help it be more worthwhile to use in rotation. Note that this, with burning application, helps it do noticeably more damage, so beware the Dragon Knight who pulls themselves to you. Burnished Scales, originally Iron Skin. This passive just has a name change. World in Ruin. This passive now increases your damage done with area and overtime attacks by 3% at rank 1 and 7% at rank 2, rather than increasing your flame and poison damage by 2% at rank 1 and 5% at rank 2. Elder Dragon. This passive now increases your health recovery by up to 350 at rank 1 and 700 at rank 2, based on your missing health, rather than by 161 at rank 1 and 323 at rank 2 per Draconic Power ability slotted. This passive now grants you and nearby group members minor brutality for 20 seconds when you activate Draconic Power ability, moved from what was originally Mountain's Blessing. The Storm Voice. Originally Battle Roar. This passive now grants you 8 health, magicka, and stamina per ultimate spent at rank 1 and 16 at rank 2, plus 3 of these values per Dragon Knight ability slotted at rank 1 and 6 at rank 2, rather than 18 health, magicka, and stamina per ultimate spent at rank 1 and 37 at rank 2. This should make this passive relatively effective for any who obtain it, while being even more effective for those who go all in to the Dragon Knight experience. This will be a buff at 3 or more Dragon Knight abilities, while being weaker at less than 3.
Earthen Heart Magma Armor. We increased the base duration to 12 to 15 seconds of this ultimate, and the Magma Shell morph up from 7 to 10 seconds, but remove the flame damage on both of these versions. This means these effects will no longer scale with the Elfbane item set. Magma Shell. We increased the radius of the shield granted to 28 meters for this morph, up from 8 meters, so more allies actually get the shield. Increase the shield size to 130 to 133% of the target's max health, up from 100%. Corrosive Armor. This morph now deals flame damage instead of poison damage. This means the effect can now scale with Elfbane. Base duration remains 10 seconds. We increase the damage per tick by 300%. This morph continues to cause you to ignore enemy armor while active, but now affects all damaging effects instead of just direct damage. To account for these massive power buffs, the damage limit has been adjusted to 8% of your max health rather than 3%, causing you to take significantly more damage while the ultimate is active. This morph has always struggled to be a decent damage ultimate outside of PvP, despite presenting as an incredibly potent one. Additionally, a lot of the balance for the ultimate felt counterintuitive to the class design, failing to amplify the core part of their kit, damage over time effects. To compensate for making this more of a damage ultimate, we're dialing back how tanky you become while it's active, and will continue to monitor these effects. In general, seeing a Dragon Knight activate this should instill immediate fear into their enemy, but not hopelessness. Superheated Ward. originally Stone Fist. This is now a magic ability that grants you or an ally a sizable damage shield, scaling off your max magicka or stamina. We increase the cost to $45.90 at base. Think of this as superheating the air around your target so intensely that it prevents harm from coming through. This should help the support-oriented Dragon Knights have a more direct option to protect their allies while offering something completely different from the standard burst healing effect. Volcanic Ward, originally Obsidian Shard. This morph adds a healing effect when the shield ends, to offer some supplementary healing to those you protect. It also reduces the next instance of damage taken by 10% from any attack. Note that ends means the following: the shield is replaced, the shield's duration runs out, or the shield breaks. Magma Fist, originally Stone Giant. This morph continues to be focused on a stamina morph for damage dealers at range with some support functions behind it, but it is significantly simpler to use. This morph now deals flame damage instead of physical damage. This morph no longer splits between two distinct versions or has a cast time. Its debuff has been renamed to Heat Shock, originally Stagger. Lasts for 10 seconds, up from 5 seconds, and now causes enemies to take 33 more damage from all sources per stack, down from 65. It also no longer stuns enemies on the third cast. This should rectify much of the complaints of this morph, which rightfully deemed it clunky and difficult to manage. The duration now follows the Dragon Knight's dot timer of 10 seconds. It doesn't require different range activations and scales more effectively with the rest of their kit in general. We expect to hear some back in my day stories from tanks and DPS who lived with the previous version in the years to come. Molten Weapons. This ability and its morphs now cause the caster's light and heavy attacks to deal an additional hit of flame damage up to once every 2 seconds. This is akin to a sticky damage overtime effect in terms of number scaling and should add some more value to this skill for damage dealers. While it may not boast raw numbers over other specialized effects, the group utility is more than enough to make up for that to warrant consideration. Obsidian Shield. No large base changes for this one, just some number cleanup to account for the removal of the Eternal Mountain passive being reworked. Igneous Shield. We increased the shield size of the caster's version of the shield 12%, so it's closer to a standard self-shield ability. Fragmented Shield. This morph now scales with the caster's max magicka or stamina rather than max health, so it's more effective for support builds. Petrify. This ability and its morphs now have real bona fide counterplay. Rather than instantly stunning the enemy target and ignoring both block and dodge, these abilities now reduce the enemy target's movement speed by 50% for 1 second. After 1 second, the target will become stunned for 4 seconds, or 8 seconds if they are a monster. This stun continues to bypass block, but does not bypass dodge. These abilities now also apply minor breach to the enemy for 10 seconds upon activation, helping give a potential, albeit rare, PvE use case. These abilities can now be cast on CC immune targets, so beware. This ability and the fossilized morph no longer deal damage when the stun ends. We reduce the cost to account for these changes. Fossilized. This morph continues to immobilize after the stun ends, but it now also applies minor vulnerability and extends the duration of the minor debuffs to 20 seconds. Shattering Rocks. This morph keeps the damage and healing on stun end. We increase the amount of damage and healing done by 15% to account for the new delay. Earth Spike Mantle, originally Spiked Armor. This ability and its morphs now increase your damage done by 100, all hits, while active, rather than causing you to deal damage back to melee attackers. This effect should make the ability far more useful to damage dealers instead of being a largely exclusive survivability tool. The damage done bonus may seem small, but it adds up over the course of a fight. Shatter Spike Mantle, originally volatile armor. This morph's damage over time effect now scales with your offensive stats rather than your armor, doubling down as a viable damage option for DPS, while also helping you stay in the fight in the front lines with the extra armor. Additionally, when dealing damage with the effect, you add one additional stack of Avalanche, up to once every 10 seconds. This should help slightly expedite the time it takes to reach max stacks. Heart of Stone, originally scaled armor. This passive has just a name change inspired by lovers of rocks and stones. Avalanche, originally Eternal Mountain. This passive now causes you to gain a stack of Avalanche when you deal damage, increasing your damage done by 1% per stack up to 10 times. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds for rank 1 and 5 seconds for rank 2. Every 2 seconds you fail to deal damage, you lose a single stack. Blessing at the Peak, originally Mountain's Blessing. No big changes for this one. The group buff was moved to the Elder Dragon passive and the ultimate generation remains there. Mountain Giant, originally Helping Hands. The passive has been reworked. It now causes your fully charged heavy attacks to apply off balance to the enemy. This applies after the damage, so you can't instantly stun the target with this. Additionally, rank 2 of this passive causes your fully charged heavy attacks to generate 1430 stamina. This is considered a proc, so no interplay with other effects, on top of whatever restore they normally grant, to help keep some of the original passive functionality. This passive should pair nicely with Lava Whip, while also just giving you a much more controlled and simple way of triggering off balance in general. Phew! As you can see, we weren't kidding when we said we were doing a complete rework of the Dragon Knight class. You can test all these changes for yourself when Update 49 arrives on the public test servers on Monday, January 12th. We're eager to hear your feedback and see how the fiery class performs in your hands. Don't forget, the Dragon Knight class refresh is part of Season 0, but it will go live with Update 49 on March 9th for all platforms. Be sure to share your thoughts on the above changes with us on socials.
That was beefy.
Yeah,
you know, like a dragon. That was a dragon-sized article.
It was.
I think that took about 20 to 30 minutes to read.
It did.
So none of us main a Dragon Knight.
Nope, I have one, but I don't main it, and it's been a long time, and she's not fully leveled, so... yeah. I guess stay tuned for when we get to our classes. Or, yeah, I'm too, Raymond. I'm intrigued as well. So
I would say the biggest feedback I've seen so far in watching / listening to someone's video on this was because I didn't get through all of it, probably is part of that, because we just read it and it took that long, and it might have been one of Skinny's, I don't remember, but it was a breakdown discussing stuff as he went. I think it was like a 4-hour long video. But it's a change from everything will be flame damage instead of poison damage.
So everything's gonna be on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Which makes sense. It's a dragon.
Yeah.
Dragons should do fire damage.
Well, and
I say as someone who doesn't play a Dragon Knight. I did. My first character was a Dragon Knight, but then I immediately did not like how it played, so I made a Nightblade instead.
Right.
But I do also have a Dragon Knight nowadays that, you know what, we'll see. Maybe we'll just have to have some of our Dragon Knight friends on after it goes live to see what they think of it.
Maybe we should all take our
Ark
dragon.
said he's got his work cut out for himself.
Yeah.
So
maybe we should all what?
We should all take our Dragon Knights out after this.
Sure.
As far as dragons should do fire, I like fire-breathing dragons, but in Elder Scrolls, there's dragons of every element. Are there poison dragons in Elder Scrolls? I know other games have them, but
No, we have frost and fire and shock.
Yeah. And then there's that one, like, technically necromancer dragon in Skyrim, but for the most part, our dragons are just elemental based in Elder Scrolls.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Of course, the reasoning was I think for some of that was the fact that poison was more the stamina based. And it does feel a little weird in this game to see everything become flame damage and some things be stamina based but do flame damage, because generally speaking flame damage is more of a from what I can recall off the top of my head at least, more often sourced from magicka based things. That may not necessarily always be true, but
yeah.
But that's, aside from that, I like the idea of everything being flame, and it being a dragon, and kind of building on that theme. But that's a lot of text, and trying to take all of that in at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning for some of us, but
some of us it's like noon, right? It's noon over there now. Anyway, continue.
So, yeah, it's hard for me to really process a lot of that, but there's some big changes, and hopefully this is going to feel good. I look forward to seeing what people say about it and see if they're pleased with what they get from people that play this class more, because if they do a good job with this one, that gives us hope that the werewolf's going to be nice, the two-hand's going to be nice, the next class is going to be nice. So we may be seeing a definite improvement in going in the right direction. But we may hear a lot of people that aren't real fond of it, so I guess we gotta wait and see on that.
Any werewolf update will be better than that one patch where it didn't even matter if you didn't have a werewolf ability attached to your bar. If you just were infected, the guards would smell it on you and make comments.
Ew.
That was the worst patch. I don't remember what it was, but that was the worst time to be a werewolf. That was the only time I ever actually cured myself of werewolfisms for a while.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I probably would have too.
I don't know. I think that's kind of fun, because they did the same thing in Skyrim when you did the Companions quest line. You walk into town, they're like, "Why do you smell like a wet dog?"
But if you had anything on your bar, they'd immediately try to kill you. It was a weird time.
Now that's
it was a weird time. Yeah, it was a weird time. But anything's better than that. I've heard the new werewolf, the female model though, is just fluffy, which I don't know who decided to ask for a female werewolf model. I'm perfectly content with my regular werewolf model, but we'll see.
Yeah, she's just got a chest, basically, that's it. They made the chest a little larger and a little fuzzier.
Alright, we have one more article.
Yep. This one's super short, though. Thank goodness. Because it's in a few hours.
Literally a few hours.
Yeah, and I already read the performance improvements graphic that was there anyway, earlier. So, basically, what you need to know is January 12th, which is, for some of us already, but for others,
all of us at this point.
Oh, actually, I guess it's all of us at this point. So you can join us live on twitch.tv/Bethesda as they dive deeper into Update 49. So it says, join them as the ESO community team members Jessica Folsom and Gina Bruno sit down with player experience improvement lead Kira Schlitt to chat about upcoming changes around reducing friction and many other player requested improvements. These include improvements such as skills and attribute respecs directly from the UI at no cost, increasing the speed at which you train your riding skills, and more. And then it lists the things that we talked about earlier. Twitch drops will be enabled throughout the show. Link your ESO and Twitch accounts, so be sure to tune in and get ready to discover how your adventure across Tamriel is about to get a whole lot better on January 12th at 11 a.m. EST. See you there. See you in a few hours.
So, we will be ending shortly. However, another stream will happen in 9 hours.
Yep. 'Tis true.
What else do we have? So that was a beast. So the lore thing I wanted to read last week, that we didn't have time to read last week, that I was going to read this week, now we're just going to read it next week.
Yep. Good call.
Yeah. I would say so.
My brain thanks you.
Sorry, I'm still... Go ahead.
Okay, it's okay. For No More Murder Hobos this week, I want to gear it towards our Dragonite friends. You're Dragonite, and all of a sudden, how all of your abilities and stuff handle change. What does that look like? How do you feel? How does your character react? This is Dragonite specific, so this is very targeted. There we go.
Ooh.
Of course, that will be happening for everyone as things change, but this week it's going to be for Dragonites.
Nice. Nice.
And now we have announcements.
Yeah, we do. Alright. So, obviously you can check the Lore Seekers Discord for events on your respective platform if you're in the guild, but for us, one of the things that we like to focus on is Treacherous Tuesday. That's our day where we get together and we focus on doing the dungeons, whether that be for achievements or for just completion, for story, for lore runs, whatever you want to do. Tuesday is the day to do it. So Treacherous Tuesday, that's when we do that. On Thursday, you heard Gwen mention earlier, she joined the Relic Seekers of Tamriel over on the PlayStation side of things. It's 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and that is where they go through and they look for antiquities or furnishings or anything that is like a treasure type of situation, and do that for completion or zones or things like that. So just have fun, hang out, go on the hunt for some lore and some special relics that we have around Tamriel. Then on Fridays, we have our Fearless Friday with Arthuria Dragoon, where we do the...
Undaunted.
We are undaunted.
Are so undaunted. We are. So that's also at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time over there, where we do the Undaunted Daily Delves and Dungeons for levels or just for fun and hang out with people and get those keys and whatnot. That's all the events that we currently have running on PlayStation at the moment. Yeah, more like daunted from lack of sleep. You're right, Peanut. So you can head on over and check out the Lore Seekers Discord for any other events on your respective platform or servers from within the guild. Yeah. But how do they join the guild?
Maybe they don't.
Well, they don't have to.
But if they did...
But if they did join the guild, how would they do it?
They probably want to head over to Discord. Make sure that they've got that downloaded, obviously. And then go to loreseekers.club. Follow all those links. You'll be asked to just do just a real quick application. Nothing super personal, just helps us, keep the trolls out. And generally speaking, within 24 to 48 hours, once you've submitted that to us, it'll get a review, and so long as it doesn't appear that you are a troll, we will let you across the bridge. If you are a troll, we put you underneath the bridge. That's where trolls go.
Sure.
Yeah. So, if people want to communicate with us, how might one who is so inclined do such a thing?
Well, well, one of us will unmute. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Gwen. You want to do it?
All right. You can, what was the question?
How can they communicate with us?
We can't communicate with each other apparently right now. That DK article fried everyone's brain.
It really did, though. I'm gonna have to go and read through that a few more times, and then just still play with like my Dragon Knight in order to understand it. Anyway, if you want to communicate with us, your Snugpod friends, you can find us on the socials, specifically X or Blue Sky. Or you could email us at snugpodcast@gmail.com. And you can tell us what you think of the show, have your questions, if you have your answers for No More Murder Hobos. Are you a Dragon Knight? What do you think? How do you feel? I am interested to know. And then we also, if you are listening to us and would like to watch us live, you can find us on twitch.tv/snugpodcast. Or watch and pause as you please on YouTube on Snug Podcast. Or you can listen, or if you are watching alive and go, whoa, this was a lot. This was a lot, and I kind of might have missed some of it. You could probably go and find the audio version on your podcatcher of choice.
Well, there you have it. And I have one more bit of information for you.
What's that?
It was update 28.
Update 28?
Yes. Transmute crystals were increased from 100 and 200 to 500 and 1,000.
Alright, well there you go.
So that was actually a pretty substantial percentage increase, actually more so than what we're getting now.
Yeah, I did not remember that at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been 5 plus years, 2020. So.
Oh, that's probably why I don't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, sometimes my brain recalls things, and other times it just makes them up, and often I can't tell which is which.
I had a toddler around that time, so there was no way I was remembering that.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I was looking that up. That's why there were times that I might have seemed a little bit distracted, because that's what I was trying to do. Anyway, so I guess that wraps it up for us this week, finally, because it's only been in the ballpark of 3 hours. So have fun with this one. Hope you did. Anyway, we are glad you were with us. We actually had a decent bit of conversation going on in chat, and sorry we weren't able to be as active with that as maybe we might otherwise like to be, but we had a lot to talk about. But thank you for hanging out with us live. Thank you for hanging out with us in the videos after the fact, if that's what you have chosen to do, or if you're just listening in audio format. It's okay. We're done now. So you can take a break. We thank you for hanging out with us there too. We appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time, or in this case, a good chunk of your time, and it means a lot to us. Hopefully it was fun, entertaining, and maybe a little educational, and hopefully gives you a little bit of hope for the game going forward. I'm definitely encouraged by some of the things, and I think all of us hopefully are a little bit. But anyway, do you ladies have anything to add before we say bye-bye?
Not that I can think of.
Nothing that hasn't already been covered.
Well, alrighty. Until next time, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us again. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be a decent person. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Sleep well, Tamriel.
Bye-bye.